This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by Casper Mattresses.
Sorry, James, what was that? I was so relaxed on my Casper mattress.
We're doing the full ad later. This is just the intro.
Oh, so I shouldn't save
Yeah,
my,
just
I should
maybe
save my
save
gold
that.
for later.
Yeah.
Okay, right, okay. Because that was really leading to something.
That was
Let me
really
tell
good,
you. Let me tell you.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host Nick Mason.
I'm here.
You are here. Welcome to here being on the show again, Mason, as you are every week. More
you.
weeks that I've been on the show.
Ah, is that digging at you? Is it in there somewhere?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I
mean,
figured.
You know what I mean? I'm inadequate in a lot of places in my life, so why not here?
But also, you've done hundreds of videos on the internet.
I think it might be thousands.
You're not shy of content, is it really?
Yeah, maybe.
What happened to all those old videos?
They're
'Cause
gone.
Because I don't know if everybody knows this, but before you did like superhero movie news and stuff,
Yeah.
you did like weekly Hollywood gossip wrap
I
up.
did, but then that kind of blended into this. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not going to double
But
up.
where are those videos? is my
They're
question.
probably on an old computer. They'd be around.
So they're not on the internet because that one.
Well,
of your
that channel
channels
got deleted. So
Right,
yeah,
okay.
and apparently, even if I got it back, that's all gone.
Oh, I see.
So I'm like, who cares?
So it's all on an old hard drive.
Yes.
Imagine all the content that is out there just on old hard drives.
just on old hard.
Because who transfers it? You just chuck it in a corner or
Yeah,
a
exactly.
box or
I've
something.
got
and
like
you're okay.
4 laptops
Yeah,
that I
exactly.
don't use. I'm using one old laptop to rest my new laptop on top of it.
It really is. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, these are good laptops though.
I was going to say they're different laptops, though. It's not like I was hoping there that they were exactly the same laptop.
They nearly are.
And you
Well, this
and
is
you
an
just-
updated version
You
of this
just run
one,
out
yeah.
of room on the old one. And you're like,
That's pretty much what happened.
stack them.
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Because you're always, it's like, you know how some people like, they go to a music gig or whatever and they film it and they're like, I'll watch this later. No, you won't.
You're never going to
will.
watch it. You're kidding yourself.
You're just throwing it in a pile.
Checking this is all happening, Mason.
yeah.
I think it is. Oh yeah, it's working.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Bloody getting into it.
right.
Mason, we got to get into the news.
Let's
I
get
hope
into
you
the
don't
news.
mind.
There's some big stuff happening this week.
Ready Player One screened at South by Southwest Festivals, whatever it was.
Is that what that festival's for?
SXSX?
I thought that was,
is
again, I thought that was a
something.
music festival. I thought that was all for people holding up their phones.
No,
and
you
filming a Weezer.
Mason, you
That's
should-
the most current reference I have.
Filming
Weezer.
Weezer, yeah. Well, apparently not, if that even is what this is.
Oh, yes.
But basically, there was a Ready Player One screening, and it got glowing reviews from those who were there. There was standing ovations. People went crazy.
Wow.
Naysayers be damned, Mason. People like us.
Was Spielberg there?
Well, Spielberg was there, yes.
Okay.
So he came out and everyone cheered and whooped. And the story goes that people cheered at pretty much everything. There's a fucking mosquito in here.
Yeah, there is. I'll get it later. Don't you worry.
But,
If you hear multiple laptops crashing to the ground later, it's because I attempted to stop the mosquito.
But basically, yeah, he came out and he spoke about it, and then people, like the emblem logo came up at the start, you know, the ET, and
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
and people cheered, and they
It's E.T. Ah! He's in a little basket on a bike! Oh my god! Ah!
yeah, that was pretty much it.
Nice.
So, but a lot of people who did see it, and also people who are in the Great Mates Facebook group,
Yes.
our Facebook group that,
Mm-hmm.
that people go and can be nice to each other and talk about films and comics and whatever, and a bunch of other stuff. They've seen, a few people there have seen it and said it's actually as good.
Okay then.
So there we
Look,
go.
as I've said before, book not for me.
Yep.
Getting beaten over the head with the references is going to, by necessity, have to be taken out of the movie.
Yeah, right.
So it looks to me like it's going to be a Maze Runner kind of Hunger Games kind of situation, which I always find not bad at all.
Yeah,
So,
I don't mind Maze Runner. It was totally fine. I haven't seen Scorch Trials or the third
Or the
one.
Death Cure.
Death Cuba. Yeah, Cuba. They got a Cuba.
Death Cuba.
Death
It's Cuba Gooding Jr. is finally released from cryonic suspension. And he goes on a rampage through the maze. That's what that movie's
Demolition
about.
Man style.
Demolition Man style, exactly.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'm more inclined to believe the people in the group than
Ernest Clind.
very good.
Yes.
I'm more inclined to believe.
I've been waiting months for that.
I bet you have. To believe people who weren't at that screening. Because there are also people who are like, it was a list of references and it was really painful to watch.
Wow.
But I'm more inclined to believe people who weren't there. And like, if Spielberg was there, I'd probably have a similar reaction.
Yeah.
So,
What if... Because who's going to wait until the movie is done in its entirety? The credits roll, there's a post-credit sequence, and then it goes to black. And then you go, not for me. Nah.
probably you. You would probably
Oh, no, I'd do
that.
it. Yeah, for sure. What am I going to do? Am I going to be friends with Steven Spielberg? Absolutely not. No, thank you.
Not interested.
I mean, good on you for giving it a go.
We're actually recording this a mere hours before it goes
That's
out. 'Cause
true.
We couldn't record on Sunday as we normally do, but there might be a screening to... Oh, fuck. I nearly got it.
He nearly just
I nearly Miyagi'd it out
nearly
of the air.
Miyagi'd the mosquito.
I touched it.
Yeah, no, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a fast one too. But what was I gonna say?
No, we get it. You're good at catching mosquitoes.
No, I'm
It's a
clearly
fast-
not. It
it's
got
a fast
away.
One.
It
That's
got
why-
away.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm making excuses for myself.
Yeah.
But there might be a screening tomorrow that we can go to.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
2 screens open and I was too late to... Because if you don't
I'm
message...
not at work tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Well, we don't have tickets yet. Because
Okay,
I
then.
emailed in like hours after the thing went out and they're like, this is full.
Okay,
and
right.
as I always want to say is, they're never full. I've been to dozens of these and they're always half empty.
Yep.
And for this one has two
Cinemas.
cinemas. So and we
Interesting,
might see
okay.
it tomorrow or we won't. Who cares? I'm
Yeah.
happy to wait.
We can see it on the regular
It's on the
time.
regular time, yeah. Here's some exciting news, Mason. Nicolas Cage finally gets to play Superman
Oh.
in Teen Titans Go.
The animated series.
Do you think he'll do the version he was going to do, or do you think he'll be like, I'll just do Adam West Batman Superman?
No,
or
I think he'll
something?
do his version.
Yeah.
I think he'll do... I mean, he's only really got one speed, which is Nicolas Cage. So
Sure.
I think he's going to do...
No, he's got Subdued.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
He's got Artie, but he's not doing that, is he?
No, absolutely not. No. But I think that would suit... That would very
Yeah,
much suit the animated
definitely.
version. Super dramatic and super... I can imagine him staring at an imaginary camera every time he delivers every line.
Yes.
But there isn't one, so...
Just thinking about that, I would love to see that people take these cancelled comic book movie scripts and animate them.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we've done a similar thing, but I mean like as a motion picture. Like what would it look like? There is that Death of Superman What Happened movie, which is a documentary about that film, which
That's
is
right,
interesting,
yeah.
and there's a lot of concept art and stuff in that. But I wouldn't mind seeing that movie. Anyway, I'm not going to watch this, but sure. Good on him, man.
A lot of people say Teen Titans Go is great.
I've heard that,
And a lot of
yes.
people are mad that Teen Titans Go took over from Young Justice, I think. Or regular Teen Titans. or
Okay,
something.
right,
People are
because
like,
people-
this is a kid's
peop-
cartoon
because
or
people
whatever.
love Young Justice. But isn't
Exactly.
Young Justice coming back as well on
Yes, it
Netflix?
is,
Or
yeah.
it was back, or it is
It
back?
is back,
already?
yeah, I
Okay,
think,
cool.
yeah.
It's another one I need to watch that I haven't.
Throw it on the pile.
On the bloody pile, mate.
Throw it on a hard drive. Never get to it.
Anything else on that?
Do you think they'll give him mullet hair?
I don't think I've seen an image, and I don't
Oh,
think
okay, right.
unless that's an image from a different thing.
Do you
but
think someone on the internet will edit in mullet
almost
hair?
certainly,
Absolutely.
or just edit Nicolas Cage's face onto every character,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever? There's been a lot of that going around.
Or whenever they cut to Superman saying anything, they cut to Nicolas Cage in the Wicker Man with a basket of bees on his head.
That's it. You might like this news.
Oh, what's that?
Ava DuVernay, who directed A Wrinkle in Time, a movie that did not do well,
Uh-huh.
did okay critically, did not do well commercially. Shock of all shocks.
Well, I think it did. It was number 2 in America, right?
Yeah, but
I mean, yeah,
but Black Panther was out like 4 weeks at that point.
I guess that's true.
But Black Panther's still number 1 this week above Tomb Raider, so
It's made $1 billion.
killing it. Yeah, so but basically, Ava DuVernay, she's going to be directing the New Gods movie over at
That's
DC.
right.
I like the sound of this a lot.
Me
I didn't think
too.
they'd get around to New Gods. Explain the New Gods, Mason.
Well, the New Gods. So in the DC universe, so in the Marvel universe, we've got the Norse gods.
Yes.
So like you've got your Thor and your Odin and your Loki and your etc. But
Captain Etc.
Captain etc. And so in he's Swedish. In the Marvel universe, we've just had Ragnarok,
Yes.
which is supposedly the end of the Norse gods. That's their final battle.
Yeah,
Now,
like
in-
that movie.
Yeah, so in the Marvel universe, it wasn't really the end. It was just the destruction of Asgard.
Sure.
But in the DC universe, we had the old gods, the Norse gods, because they're copyright free. And then Ragnarok happened and they all died and Asgard was destroyed. And in its place was 2 new realms. So New Genesis and Apocalypse. And
Like a hell and
on those worlds are the new gods who've arisen, and they're new different gods.
Are they?
What do you reckon about that?
That sounds exactly what it is.
Yes.
Are they more aliens than gods?
I would say yes. They don't have. Well, I mean,
I know they acquire power over
yeah,
like
they are quite similar to the Marvel gods in that they are not. They're not omnipotent.
Yeah.
They have. Oh, you know what? They're more omnipotent than the Marvel gods.
Yeah.
You've got there's a character called Metron who basically, he sits in a time travel chair and he has control over space and time.
Sure.
But he chooses not to use it most of the time.
Except for pizzas.
Sometimes pizzas. Yeah, he does that. He's like, it seems you got here in 31 minutes, so now my pizza's free. And the pizza guy's like, but I left early and everything. What? This is what he does.
That's space and time is just flying around
him. And his boss is back at the pizza joint like, this guy, I knew I couldn't trust this new guy.
Apparently, though, this is not connected to the DCEU, which isn't called the DCEU, as we know. It's going to be separate, which seems like a lot of these DC movies are going to be. I think it could be. It wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
You could set this one in space. And Ava DuVernay has previously said that her favourite comic book character is Big Barda.
Very good.
Which is in that awesome comic that's running at the moment.
Yeah, Tom... Is it Tom King?
It might be Tom King, yeah.
Tom King's Mr. Miracle run.
Mr. Miracle. I wonder...
Yeah, she is the wife of Mr. Miracle.
Yes.
And she's like 7'5" or something.
Yeah. I wonder if you could... Like, this is obviously not going to be that, but I wonder if from this we could then get that Mr. Miracle comic series. Because
and people have said, why are they going to the new gods when there's so many regular characters available? And I say, why not?
Why not? Exactly.
And, the Marvel Cinematic Universe started on the characters they had left, essentially.
Yeah.
Once they'd sold them all off to Sony and Fox, all the A-lists, all the X-Men's and the Spider-Mans, they were like, well, what do we got left? Iron Man? I guess so. And then that kicked it off. So why not? Maybe this is the one that really gets people in.
Exactly. And DC are in a similar situation because they took all their most popular characters and ruined them.
They sure did.
Well, that's not strictly true.
And look, and again, I haven't seen A Wrinkle in Time.
No.
Because
apparently it's very colourful.
Well, see, that's exactly it. Like, I have no connection to the original story. Yeah. I'll probably get to it eventually, but there's no drive to do that. But again, apparently the visuals are really interesting and great, and that's that director seems to have a handle on that sort of stuff.
I haven't seen anything she's done. Like that, she's did a documentary before Wrinkle in Time, and before that she did Selma, which is one of those movies like I have it and I'm like I should watch that movie.
Where is it? On a hard drive somewhere?
Probably.
In a box?
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
It's on one of my several laptops.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are also saying Wrinkle in Time didn't do well. Why is she getting this? A lot of directors fail upwards.
Every director in Hollywood fails upwards. There's so many. Like, here's the current trajectory. You do a quirky indie film.
Yep.
It does quite well. You get given Jurassic World.
Yes.
That does fine. You do another quirky indie film that is a disaster. Your star dips slightly, and then you get given another block. But it's like,
Correct.
It's fine.
Until like some weird personal thing comes out about your life, and then you're forced to quit forever.
Exactly, that's true.
That's the trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of people with weird personal lives, Charlie Clausen, our friend.
Yes.
I think he should be Mr. Miracle.
You've mentioned that before. I agree. I think he'd be a
him.
great Mr. Miracle.
He's got that rugged charm.
He's got the bod. He's got what it takes,
He's
Mason.
got what it takes, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got that world-weary charm about
Exactly.
him. And stubble. He's got he's mostly the stubble.
Agreed. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get a hashtag going. Charlie for Mr. Miracle.
Very good.
I'm going to tweet it once and it will get no traction.
No, he would be. He would legitimately be a good Mr. Miracle.
I think so.
He's been on the show before, as people I'm sure remember.
Which is the one qualification for being one of the new gods.
That's right.
Who else can we get?
Matt Stewart.
Matt Stewart can be Orion.
Exactly.
Ben Vernell, Metron.
Claire can be Darkseid.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say Big Barda, but all right.
No, Darkseid.
Okay, Darkseid.
Oh, dog's here.
I'll let the dog in.
Hello, dog.
dog.
Who let the dog in?
Claire did. She did.
All right.
Hello, dog.
Hey, dog. Dog was at the park.
Are you any good at catching mosquitoes, dog?
No. She's good at catching flies.
Oh.
I've seen her do it. Wow. Miyagi style. Yeah. You notice my dog is graying like I am?
Yeah, I've noticed.
All right, relax, Ols.
Yes, steady on,
She's
dog.
very excited to see you, Mason.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, next bit of news.
It's not normally podcast day, is it, dog?
No. So she definitely knows the days of the week
Yeah.
and time. Yeah. Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Gay Wizard Hitler. As
Correct.
some people have called it in our Reddit group, which I think is fantastic. It's got a new trailer, which is very exciting in some
A
respects.
series of identical children just walk past the window.
Yes, one of them was mine, but
Okay.
yes. Yeah, Claire's got some people around.
So it's Grindelwald, apparently. Based on this, I had no idea.
Is it?
Bloody Jude Law says Grindelwald.
I think you've missed it. It might be. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Is he from somewhere weird?
probably
Is he
Germany.
Slavic or something?
Probably Slavic, isn't he? Yeah, he's probably from Eastern Europe.
I think he might be German, actually.
Yucko.
Yeah. But basically, this is an extension of the Harry Potter franchise and a sequel to Fantastic Beasts, but it feels more Harry Potter than the last one.
Yes.
Mostly because it's got Dumbledore and Hogwarts.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, and the Deathly Hallows and those flying skeleton horses.
Mm.
You familiar with all those things?
No.
No. Okay. Anyway, I think it looks great.
Me too.
Yeah.
Looks
and
fun.
It's got minimal Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's got sexy Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I really like the Dumbledore casting. I've
He's
never
the
been
young
happy.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He's a young Pope. What young character can't this middle-aged man play? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think it's... Look, I'm not super happy about the Johnny Depp thing.
No.
And that's nothing to do with his personal life. Well, I guess it is, but it's also to do with I'm sick of him.
He just looks so tired and
Yeah,
everything
just,
now.
like even like when he appeared in Fantastic Beasts, I'm like, oh no, like this.
I think when I saw that at the cinema, I felt the whole audience do that. They went, "Oh no, there's going to be more of these, isn't there?
Yeah.
He's going to be in them.
He's going to be in them.
Why isn't it just Colin Farrell?"
Why isn't it just Colin Farrell?
Yeah.
No, but aside from that, I think it looks really, really great. I mean, I've never felt that the casting of Dumbledore was very strong. Like even it was Richard Harris, and then it was some other guy who I can't remember,
yeah.
Michael Gambon.
Uh-huh.
I never thought that he had that kind of spark. Richard Harris is a good actor, but he was 115 when he did that role.
sure,
and I remember when
right.
they cast him, being thinking, he's not going to make it through these. You're going to be making these for 13 years, like. But you're really rolling the dice. And then I just didn't think either of them had that kind of spark.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way that you look at Ian McKellen with Dumbledore.
Yeah, right.
Not Dumbledore, fucking Gandalf.
Yeah, right.
It's perfect. And I think it should be more that. So I like this choice. Because Jude Law's a bit of a wink and a nod. He's a lad about
He's
town.
a lad about town.
So,
He's a real larrikin.
Yeah,
That's
I think
true,
I think it's really good.
He'll get a cheeky Nando's at 3 a.m.
You
won't
better
he?
believe it.
That's right. That's what Dumbledore needs.
He needs it. So, no, what about you? Thoughts?
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And I am happy to see all the Fantastic Beasts characters back, whom I liked. What's his face? The Offside has got his memory back.
Yep.
Which I bloody knew he would.
Did he actually lose it? Or did he
Yes.
pretend to lose
He was
it?
out in the rain with the mind.
Oh, he was out in the rain with the mind
The memory
thing.
blanky rain
How did
stuff.
he get it back?
I don't know, probably a spell.
Yeah, probably a spell.
Probably a spell. In retrospect, probably a spell.
That's
With
right.
2020 hindsight,
Yeah.
probably a spell did
Probably
it.
a spell. You do think this time they'll cut his head off to make sure he never remembers?
Sure. It'll be a series. What it'll be is at the end of every movie, they'll be like, now, what's the main guy? Listen, Scarmander, this man has helped you, but you know the rules. No muggles will have to erase his memory. And then it's just a series of, at the end of everyone, they just horribly, like, remove his memory in a different horrifying way.
Throw him down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, exactly. And in the next movie, Newt just brings his memory back with a different way. He's like, well, I'll just smush his head back on his body, and now I'll do the spell. So over the course of the movie, he's got just like these big whalebone stitches attaching his head to his neck again.
Oh, I would enjoy that a lot.
too.
People have also requested to do our next Harry Potter episode.
Oh, yeah, we should finish
which we'll get
those
around
off.
to when they stop releasing movies every week in a
Well,
few months.
we did two.
We did two. So
did the first two.
We'll do 3 and 4 and then
Okay.
and so on and so forth. But this week's episode of Caravan of Garbage is a Harry Potter game that has been much requested.
Oh, good. I remember this one.
Did you enjoy it? It was a series of trials in a wand shop.
Yeah, it sure was. I guess I didn't hate it, but it does mess with the continuity of the films.
Boy,
so.
well, it's based on the books, Mason.
I think it messes with the continuity of the
that.
books.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Danny Boyle,
Yes.
your favourite director of your favourite film, Sunshine.
Not true. None of those things are
It
true.
might be. Is confirmed that he's working on a Bond 25 script. He's got no specific details, and if it all goes well, then he'll do it. If it doesn't, then he won't do it. So he's got his own ideas with his own writer on board.
So if it all goes well, so if he films it to the last shooting
Yeah,
day and
but-
it doesn't go well, he's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing this
Yeah.
actually.
If the catering's off.
Get
on
Daniel
set.
Craig to finish it off. He's like, oh, this didn't do well
I
last
don't know.
time.
But no, I like this a lot. What's his name? Purvis and Wade normally
That's right.
write them, but we don't know from the James Bonding podcast, which is a great podcast. People should listen to it. It's unclear whether they're responsible for the good or the bad stuff from Bond.
There are a couple of those Hollywood bullet dodgers.
Because they've written Die Another Day and also credited on Casino Royale.
Yes.
So it's very...
the best and worst
the
Bond
best and
movies,
worst Bond-
respectively.
Yeah, that's right. So they might not actually be involved in this, which
Yeah.
I'm fine with because I think Danny Boyle would crush this.
And it's kind of a mystery as to whether, how writing credits work in Hollywood in a lot of cases.
Yeah, who wrote Justice League?
Sometimes it's...
I mean, we all enjoyed it, but who wrote it?
Wait a minute. No, but sometimes somebody will write, a scene in it, but because of some sort of Writers Guild rules or some sort of contract set up, they get the entire credit for the
it's
movie
a union
and things.
thing and whatever.
Yeah, or sometimes somebody will write the whole script and somebody will make some changes and then they get all the credit or whatever.
It's going to be like the time that you ask what a producer does and then we get 1,000 emails.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And they're all like, well, cool, depends.
Yes. You know what's going to be, though? You're going to ask in about 4 months, you're going to ask again what a producer does. The same
Yeah,
thing's
for
going to
sure.
happen.
But it's all going to be different answers
Yeah,
again.
because a lot of them are different as well.
Yeah.
But thank you to those people. But no, what do you think, though? Danny Boyle.
Sounds good to me.
Hasn't made a bad film yet, Mason.
Name some other films.
No,
Every time you say Sunshine, it pushes all the other movies down. Trainspotting.
127 hours.
Okay.
Trainspotting's 2 of them.
Yep. Okay.
Trance, which is about hypnosis. It's not great. It's not a great one.
Not about trance
Shallow
music.
Grave.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
I think is his first one, which is really great.
Yeah, I remember
It's got
Shallow
Chris
Grave. I like it,
Eccleston
yeah.
and Ewan McGregor. Yeah. So, Down with... Did he do Down with Love?
You might have done Down with Love.
Which I haven't
Which is
seen.
it's another McGregor movie, right?
Yes. I think it's...
Apparently that's very good.
I've heard that, but I've
I've
never
heard it's
seen
like
it.
a pitch perfect,
Oh, no. I'm thinking of a different film. That's a different Ewan McGregor film.
Okay.
But it's set in the 60s. But there's a Cameron Diaz, Ewan McGregor one. But it's not called Down with Love. I'll look it up now.
Well, all I'm saying is apparently Down with Love's good.
Yes. What's Cameron Diaz? A Life Less Ordinary? Yeah, A Life Less
Oh,
Ordinary.
yeah, I remember that one.
Which I have not
It
seen.
had a Beck song on the soundtrack.
Well, it came out in 1997, Mason, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it did have a Beck song in it.
That's right.
Okay, Mason, what's next? This is a good thing to talk about. Avengers Infinity War has a brand new trailer.
What?
Mason, I had a breakdown and did a trailer breakdown for this
Yes.
for this film. It's like 15 minutes
Was
long.
this a surprise to you?
No,
that
I
it
knew it
came
was
out?
coming for about 2 weeks, but I didn't know exactly, so I kept kind of like... It felt
What
like...
are you going to do, though? Like,
Well, it's not the same because I need to clear a day to do it, a day and a night.
Yeah, right.
So it felt like when Claire was pregnant and I couldn't do anything for 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm like, well, I can't drink. I can't leave the house. But it wasn't that
all
bad.
I could do was
obviously.
work on trailer breakdowns.
But so then it did come out on the day of my mother-in-law's birthday. So there was a good chunk of time then that I couldn't work on it. But then I did work on it. Anyway, it's out. I'll link it below. It's got so many details. Also, I say that Age of Ultron came out in 2014 twice in the video, and that is incorrect.
Oh.
So there's hundreds of comments correcting me.
Oh, no.
But yeah.
When did it come out?
2015.
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
Probably.
Whoa.
You know what? I'm going to say it's still 2014. I'm right.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Time's just a construct, man.
Exactly.
My pizza's late.
What did you think of it?
Looks really good.
I liked it better than the other trailer.
Do you think, and having watched it and then watched your video, do you think it has joined all the dots and there's no surprises left?
I think there's plenty of surprises left.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think maybe that this movie, because there's going to be an Avengers 4 after this.
Yes.
I think that this movie might be the battles on Earth and Titan and etc.
Yeah.
intercut with a lot of Thanos' origin story.
Yes.
I think maybe
apparently it is a very Thanos heavy film. So I think
it's going to be an action sequence, and then during that action sequence, we will cut away to like maybe he'll have a thought and then it'll cut back to.
It'd be like Gamora's origin.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
we're getting
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Which I think you're absolutely right. The other thing is people have been saying there's certain characters that have not appeared.
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I think is because they've got a movie just round the corner.
Uh-huh.
And we'll probably get a little bit of it. It could be a post-credits thing. I'm not too concerned about that. But the other thing is Hawkeye hasn't appeared.
Where's
at
Hawkeye?
all.
Yep.
And people are freaking out
They're
over
freaking
this character I didn't think anybody liked.
Uh-huh.
But as I said in my video, I really liked him in Civil War.
Yep.
He's got some really good moments. The fight with him and Vision
Yes, that's good.
is fantastic.
That's true.
And the bit where him and Tony Stark has that conversation in the prison, and he's like, "You're the worst bloke."
Yeah.
Yes.
And Tony Stark's like, who are you again?
No, that's
I
Ant-Man.
know, I'm kidding.
That would- yeah.
Who are you? We've been in so many battles together.
But
No, I also think like I consider like one of the most memorable moments in Age of Ultron where he's in the bombed out building with
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch and he's like, you can leave if you want, but if you step
Yeah.
out the door, you're an Avenger kind of thing. I
also,
think that's-
this city is falling from the sky.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Yeah.
Make the right call. Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And again, we do make fun of him a lot because he's a man with arrows.
Yes.
But like he works in the same sense of Batman in the Justice League.
Yeah.
Insofar as he's just a guy, so there must be a reason he's on the team.
Yeah.
Because he's the best at what he does.
That's right. Shooting USB arrows into USB ports.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
Bringing down IT infrastructure.
One arrow at a time.
One arrow at a time.
Yeah.
It's on his business card. He's got a mercenary business card. He's got a shield business card, and he's got an IT consultant business card. And it's an arrow shooting into a USB port.
But apparently, though, also the character.
Right side up every time.
Ah, you better believe
How
it.
that's difficult.
That's difficult to do without.
yeah,
just,
that's right.
Just doing it
when
regularly.
you're just poking it in, when you just
Are all USB ports the same?
like the same way up?
They're not, are they?
I think they are.
So it's the sticky outy bit.
Sticky bit
at
on the top. I
Okay,
think so,
maybe
yeah.
they are. You're probably right.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even think of it. That's even more impressive.
Isn't it though? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Kid's just walking around outside.
Yeah, that's right.
But apparently, though, the characters that are at the forefront of Avengers Infinity War won't be in the next one. But the character, and then there'll be a bit of a switch.
they're dead.
Because they're dead, probably.
Wow. But Hawkeye's, we've seen on-set photos where he's got his sweet new haircut.
Ronin in and about.
And he's wearing the costume of Ronin, which is sort of a catch-all identity that a lot of different characters in the Marvel Universe have worn when they want to be incognito.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. My kid just got dragged away from the podcast studio.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Good.
He wasn't happy about
He's
it.
not ready for it.
No.
He's not ready for these hot takes.
No, that's it. What was I going to? What was the thing you just said?
Something about Ronin.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been him. It's been Echo, who's like Daredevil, but she's deaf, not blind.
Cool.
Other people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do you think it's going to be a case of his family was murdered and now he's out for
hope not.
revenge and he's got a haircut?
I hope not.
No?
That'd be bad.
Okay.
Also, why would he just use his Hawkeye stuff?
Yeah, good
He's
point.
after revenge.
Yeah, it's yep. These USB arrows.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know, because there's a prequel comic, right? There's a prelude to Infinity War,
yeah.
where he's just hanging out with his family.
Yes. So that's the extent of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't buy it.
It's no good.
Well, often these prelude comics, and I've fallen for it multiple times, just recap the previous film. They're
Yeah,
like, this
right.
is Civil War, but
Yeah.
a comic. That's worse than seeing
That's
the
true,
movie
yeah.
Civil War. And then they'll be like, oh, and if you get it in like a volume, and then it's just the back end, the back 80% is just, this is the first Doctor Strange story or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's true, yeah.
Come on.
Some of them do, like, there's one, I can't remember if it's an Iron Man 3 one.
And they're
or-
like $14 as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. It's either an Iron Man 3 one or a Civil War one.
Mm.
And basically, the entire plot revolves around, like, War Machine's armor is destroyed, and then he gets a new armor rebuilt that is almost identical to the previous one.
Great.
Which explains why, like, his armor in Civil War is different in a minuscule way.
Absolutely,
kind of thing.
yeah. Less back support, it turns out.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, speaking of, we see... It's not set... Is it set photos where we see Rhodey
legs?
War Machine?
No,
He's
they've
in,
released
like-
some official photos
Okay,
of
right.
his robot legs.
He's
yeah.
in Robot Legs.
Yeah. It's a good way to get about. I saw a woman did a
He's in Wakanda though, isn't he?
Yes.
Where they're pretty good at fixing
yes, they're
people's
pretty good.
spines.
But people have made the argument that, well, it's an old injury. Yeah, still
Nah.
not good enough.
No.
Yeah. They could probably just build him an entirely new body.
Yeah,
just swap his head.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they
Well, that's
wanted
what
to.
they've done in the comic books.
With Rhodey.
Rhodey's had an entirely new body built.
Really?
There was a War Machine series where he was gravely injured in the war.
Yeah.
And so he got a War Machine suit that was basically like he had a heaps of cyborg parts, and then the War Machine suit was built around that.
Sure, I get that.
And then Norman Osborn built him a clone body and was like, You do my bidding, or I'll never give you this, whatever. And then they defeated Norman Osborn, and they just put his brain in it.
Cool. And he was like, "This is great."
And now he's dead again.
Yeah, is he?
I think maybe he's back. I don't know.
I'm not sure. where.
I'm years behind.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, they could do that. For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
And also, they fixed Bucky's
Brain
brain problems.
Yeah.
And they're pretty old.
with metals, with precious metals.
Precious metals.
So that's pretty good.
It's this far. It's this close to being. We fixed him with crystals.
Yes.
We gave him some topaz, and some turquoise. We put it on his back. We infused them with energies. We put him down his spine. Now he's fine. So don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. So it looks as if also
Credentials are on the wall, just there. Got a certificate.
it looks like this film has
Condon Institute of Technology.
it's the different team ups we're
Yeah,
getting.
right.
We're getting like a Guardians are kind of split up.
Yep.
I think what's happening at the start is when Thanos' ship comes to Earth, or that portal or whatever it is, some of them get through
To the other side.
and then probably Wong's left or killed, and Bruce Banner's left.
I don't want all these characters to die.
I think a lot of people are going to die in
I
this.
want Wong to live.
What do you want him to do? He's already been killed.
I want him to live a long time.
Very good.
There we go.
Well done, Mason.
Thank you.
Wong's already been dead. He's on borrowed time.
That's true, yeah.
So don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
But so I like the different team ups though that they're going for.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? We've
We've got Star-Lord and Iron Man.
that's a good combination.
I thought that was going to be later in the film, like out in deep. Not that can't be there. And I see, it seems to suggest that their meeting is right at the start of the movie.
Well, I
But
think
it
it
should
may
be way
be,
further back.
but I think they're gonna get through the portal to Titan,
yes,
and then for whatever reason, Star-Lord's on the other side, and I think Hulk comes to Earth because like Thanos beats the crap out of him. And that's the kind of Silver Surfer Thanos is coming moment. So because you can be punched through time and space or
sure.
or whatever. They all kind of branch apart and have different funny little adventures. And,
I love funny.
and whatnot,
I love team ups that shouldn't work.
yeah,
I
exactly.
love it.
You like a Doctor Strange Punisher team up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen, which is a shame.
No. I really like that Spider-Man suit as well. Speaking of, what do you
Yes.
think of Tom Holland's Hollywood hair?
Oh, he's so good.
Some of the best.
Some of the best hair. It's got lift and bounce.
You better
like
believe
a
it.
Casper mattress.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's almost like he's never had that bloody mask on his head his entire life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm well into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, I really like seeing just a weird collection of characters standing together. Like it's
Same.
Drax, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor
Star-Lord.
Strange or Star-Lord, sorry, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I think Doctor Strange will be there as well.
What do you think of the new Iron Man suit?
I like it.
I think it's too streamlined, but I get why, because
Yeah.
it's the nanotech
It's
suit.
yeah, I really liked the Homecoming suit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one, and I like the Centurion. I'm a sucker for the silver suits, Mason.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Wait, do you mean the Centurion? Do you mean the
Sorry.
the one in the
The
briefcase?
briefcase one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Because the 1980s Silver Centurion is in Iron Man 3 for like 4 seconds.
Which one's that?
It's one of the it's one, you know, the one that's
It's one of the ones he gets torn off him or whatever.
yeah, it lasts for like 5 seconds. It's silver and red, and it's got the big shoulder pads.
Okay.
It's got really big 80s shoulder
I
pads.
don't think I like that one as much.
No, fair enough, yeah.
I like the briefcase one because it's so convenient.
It's very convenient. It just requires a manservant to
Yeah.
carry it around with you for days.
I bet it weighs like 300 pounds.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got here? I like the Peter Quill quip about the Iron Man plan.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
I love your plan, but it
I think
sucks.
that's going to be a Thanos fight there, and
Yeah, right,
some of them get punched to death. Do you still think Pepper Potts is going to die?
Yes.
Yeah. I think
People are like, well, you see Iron Man wearing the suit, so it can't be Pepper. He's got more than one suit.
he's got 100,000
I think
suits.
he's wearing I think she is wearing the regular version of that suit.
Yeah.
That he's built.
And he's wearing the one that's
And
in
he's
a-
wearing the
in a
nanotech
jacket or
version of that.
whatever.
And they look the same, but they're not the same.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And I can be proven wrong, and I'd be happy to be proven wrong, because that means we haven't predicted the movie in its entirety yet.
No, I don't want to see you proven wrong, Mason. I want you to be right forever. I want you to never, ever falter in any way.
Yes.
I think that's good for a person too.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
on
Yeah,
the up and up.
never fall. Exactly.
Never fall.
Build up that pride forever.
Yeah.
We see the nanotech suit build a little rocket booster for itself.
Yeah.
Where do his legs go?
It's like a mermaid rocket.
It's like a mermaid rocket, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know where his legs go.
We started out as a kind of a Tinkerbell kind of man.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So
Using
I
his
guess
hand.
he's turning into Ariel now.
I think that's a break the atmosphere
Yeah, for
kind
sure.
of thing. Because Spider-Man looks like he's attached to that thing in just a cloth suit.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, I'm gonna die in space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's any chance that he's got a parachute, but do you think he put it back?
No, see,
Spider-Man?
well, here's the thing though, and I think we mentioned this when we talk about Homecoming. At the start of Homecoming, we see the suit the regular Spider-Man suit he's given is in the big metal flight case.
Yeah.
And that's the one with all the high-tech stuff in it. And at the end of the movie, he's given, because that suit's destroyed, at the end he's given a suit.
Is it?
Just, more or less.
I thought he just got it taken away from him. I thought he got given it back.
Oh, we're talking about the... Wait, which version are we talking about?
The cloth one.
Yeah,
Not-
no, because that's destroyed when he fights the Vulture, more or less.
No, that's not. No, that's his one. I'm talking. Sorry, I mean.
Oh, it is too. Yeah, no, you're right.
one
okay.
that Tony Stark
That's
gives him.
right.
Not the Iron Spider
Okay,
one.
well, what I'm saying is that I think at the end of the movie, he gets, he goes back to his place and he gets the Spider-Man suit. It's just in a paper sack.
Yeah.
I think that's just a regular suit.
I really I thought
think
it was his suit.
No, I think it looks like the version he has for the most of the movie.
But it doesn't have a kill mode.
It doesn't
or
have
a
anything in it.
parachute
I think it just has maybe a a comm link.
Yeah.
Which is why he puts the mask on when he goes to jump on the rocket or whatever.
Okay.
I think it has a comm link and web shooters, and that's it.
Yeah.
All the good, because he proves that he doesn't need it by the end. He doesn't need all the instant kill and the parachute and
Bad. He does need it.
Yeah, I know.
The drone and
and all
whatever,
the stuff. So I think the version he has at the start of this movie it has nothing in it.
Okay, fair enough.
I think maybe they should have been clearer about that, but I
Sure.
think that's all it has.
You may be right. Also, if it is the other one, he might not have put the parachute back in it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So-
you have to repack that thing.
have to
Imagine, yeah.
You wouldn't.
So
You
difficult.
wouldn't even bother.
No.
Yeah. But no, I think he's first responder. Because you had a theory as well last time we talked about the last trailer that they're all in the Sanctum Sanctorum
Yes.
and there's no reception. So they don't know
Well,
what's going
maybe,
on.
yeah,
No, it's just, I like that theory.
Or they're busy, you
Yeah,
know.
they're busy or whatever, doing magic and
Yeah.
showing off.
I said that, but then having rewatched Doctor Strange recently, all their sanctums have Wi-Fi. So,
Right.
if you
okay.
recall.
Oh,
So,
that's right. That's true. Yeah.
So I'd say they're too busy and they're like,
But it could be that Tony Stark's tech doesn't work.
yeah, that's
For
true.
whatever reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though he would just breeze through a magic shield, as we saw in that TV
Yeah,
spot.
that's right.
Yeah.
Through sheer ego, that's
Through
what it
sheer
is.
bloody ego.
Now, on our group, Planet Broadcasting Great Mates, Keaton Johnson has put up, it's like a Excel spreadsheet of all the characters we see in the trailer, and they're listed in 4 categories. You're going to be fine, don't worry. I'm pretty sure you're good. I don't know, man, maybe watch out. And not looking good, fam.
I like it. What do we got?
So you're going to be fine. We got Spider-Man, Black Panther, Star-Lord, Ant-Man, Groot, Rocket, Doctor Strange.
Do you mean gonna be fine for the bulk of this film, but maybe die at the end, or gonna be fine?
I think it means you're going to be fine moving forward, like in the rest of the universe.
Oh, okay,
Like they're,
yeah.
they're not going to kill Spider-Man. They're
No,
not going
'cause
to kill
he's got
Doctor
films in,
Strange
yeah.
because they're not going to kill Black Panther because they're going to have to keep going.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you're good. We got Falcon, Black Widow, Hulk, Drax, Gamora, Black Widow. Oh wait, Black Widow's listed here twice.
Unprofessional.
Yeah.
Well, she's getting a solo movie.
Yeah, that's
apparently,
true.
So yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe watch out. We got Thor. He's at a trilogy.
Yeah, he's at the end of his run. I think he's out of contract.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he wants to do another one.
Yep.
But I wouldn't put it past.
Bucky,
yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
I think Bucky's got a few more contracts.
Yeah, okay, right. But Scarlet Witch, maybe.
I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
War Machine.
Yeah.
Because look, he's just recovered. He's certainly
Hey, buddy. There's multiple children
There's so many kids
milling
here.
outside the podcast
and he's-
studio.
he's-
Hello.
hey guys. This is like the Today Show or something. You know, there's always fans out the back. They're like, "Hey, we love you." They hold up placards.
Absolutely, it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Your kid has a sign that says "Number 2 Dad."
What?
What does that mean? Yeah, it's me.
Claire. Claire, do you want to take the dog? I think she wants to go out.
What's that?
Do you want to take the dog?
Sorry.
That's all right.
Hey, Claire.
It's all part of podcasting.
We've done
Claire.
a fun bit about it. It's fine.
People know that our lives are real, man. You don't need to worry about it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so
I hate myself.
so War Machine, like he's just recovered.
Yeah.
And he's a character we all love.
Yeah.
Maybe he's making a noble sacrifice.
Yeah,
you
sure.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's like, I'm done for. I'm done for. Exactly. And not looking good, fam. We've got Captain America. We've got
Yeah.
Iron Man,
Yep.
Vision, Hawkeye, Loki, Nebula.
I reckon Iron Man's going to live through all of this somehow and then get a send-off. It might be like a death send-off, but I think he's going to... Because he kicked it off, I think he's going to carry over into
And I
at
think
least the next
also
film.
maybe he is the one who's going to have to live through the consequences of everything he's done.
As he should.
Exactly. I think that's a lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Doctor Strange is going to live because he's the new Iron Man,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. Yeah.
et
But
cetera,
I think
you know.
we're going to get people killed who come back. I don't think they're all going to come back.
Yep.
But I think we're going to get significant. I hope we're going to get significant deaths. And
Oh, boy.
I know that the directors have been like, sorry, there's a kid crying.
Oh, I'm sure nobody can hear it. It's fine.
No, they can definitely hear it because I
Yeah.
can hear it through the headphones.
Okay, let's wait a moment. Is there any swag we can give them?
I don't think there's any.
Can we throw T-shirts out?
I can give them this copy of this video game, Gun Martian Memory.
Is that Battle Angel Alita?
It's Battle Angel Alita. It's a Japanese video game I got for Caravan of Garbage.
Couldn't get it to run.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. Oh well. Just got an email, Mason. We've had a cancellation. We're going to Ready Player One,
what?
baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh, we're the back.
So you free tomorrow night?
Yes.
Good, excellent. Do you want to get a feed after?
Yeah, let's get a bloody feed.
I think we've earned it.
Nothing better than a film and a feed, you know?
Film and a feed, mate.
Film and a feed.
Yeah. So there we go. What do we got here? What were we saying?
Look, we can talk about this movie ad nauseum, and we will.
Good.
Let's see. Okay, what else is gonna? What else happens in this trailer?
I
Let's
think
see.
it's also been said that the Hulk is terrified of Thanos, which I think is great.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to establish early on, and I think they will, that he's like physically strong and can shoot lasers and can move through dimensions and
Yeah.
you know, and they're going to show bits of his backstory where they're going to give him a bit of heart as well.
Yeah, we see him holding Gamora's hand, like
Yeah.
little Gamora's hand. So that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
I like that flashback. You can see some Chitauri people there as well.
Yeah, right.
So which is a nice little
Okay,
callback.
so one thought that I had, and something that's been on a lot of people's wish lists for this movie or the sequel, is that a lot of people want to see Thanos use the various powers of the Infinity Gauntlet to bring back old villains. that
Yeah.
maybe we haven't seen in a while, like the Red Skull as an example.
Yes.
The issue against that, like most people who are in Marvel movies seem to love the experience. But some people definitely do not. And I think it has something to do with how many hours you were in a makeup chair. So Hugo Weaving, the experience was not good. Probably 10 hours in the chair for the Red Skull makeup.
There are exceptions. I think Dave Bautista's just happy you got a sweet
Yeah, that's
gig.
true.
Yeah.
But I think there's also less makeup on his face.
That's true,
I think
yeah.
it's the amount of stuff you have put on your head
Yes, yeah.
because that is inherently terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Mickey
like,
Rourke didn't like his dreads. Or
Yeah,
whatever they
right,
do.
exactly. Christopher Eccleston famously, I think
Yeah.
even this week maybe he's come out and said some more mean stuff about Marvel.
Because I think he was under the impression, whether or not they told him this or not, that he wasn't going to be wearing 5 pounds of
Yes, exactly.
makeup
But
on
he
his
absolutely
face.
was, yeah.
I wonder whether they even needed to really do that. You could just probably give him pointed ears and just leave Christopher Eccleston face.
He's got a dark elf face,
He
doesn't
does,
he?
yeah.
That's true. But anyway, so some people have suggested that, and maybe based on this trailer, it's been borne out that Thanos is using the Infinity Gauntlet to bring back some of these characters as the members of his
Yes.
First Order.
Yes.
Because in this movie, in the trailer, we see Doctor Strange being attacked by some sort of phantom, sort of
Spikes.
spiky, transparent,
Yeah.
spiky blades, which were the weapon Mads Mikkelsen used, Caecilius used
Yes.
in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So potentially, maybe Caecilius is being resurrected as one
Yeah.
of these. I mean, that's not their origin in the comic books.
No.
But hey, why not?
Yeah, I think it
They're
would,
just from space.
But also, other people are saying like the big one's Abomination. Some of those characters aren't dead. Most of them
Yeah.
are. I think maybe Abomination's the only exception. Where is he? Just in a vault somewhere?
Yeah, they just
They put
arrested
him in a
him.
vault.
They arrested him.
Oh, they arrested him. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
He's just waiting for his bail hearing.
Yeah, right.
Well, rules are rules,
Yeah.
I guess.
So one of them's Red Skull and
One's
whatnot.
Caecilius, maybe one's Malekith. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
right, yeah.
But I mean, they don't have to be dead.
I think,
Maybe he's just like, I would like you as my soldier.
yeah,
Here we go.
exactly. I think it would have been more interesting to put those characters in with Thanos than
Yeah,
be
for
like
sure.
they look differently. Because
Yeah.
I would be really excited if it was what's it called Thanos with Red Skull and Malekith
Yeah, for
and
sure.
just had them all with him. I think that's more interesting.
Yeah.
So so for that reason, I think they're probably not the same characters.
Yeah, and also I think you mentioned this in your video, it's entirely possible that transparent blade phantom stuff is just sort of standard issue
Yeah.
as far as magic goes. Like maybe if
Yeah.
you can do magic anywhere in the universe,
It's
you
like
can
a
do
gun.
that if you
It's
want. It's
like
like a
having a
gun. You can
gun.
just exactly. That's right.
Yeah. It's like having a tennis racket.
It's like having a tennis racket.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think about Thor forging a new weapon?
Ah, looks good.
It does look good, yeah.
Looks good,
So there's been
baby.
so that's been revealed. He's got.
I mean,
a
sure.
brand new
Ultimately,
axe.
he doesn't really need one because
It
he's
seems not. But you need something to fight with. Like I
your
see why
fists,
he. Yeah,
giant lightning bolts.
yeah. That. But I mean, like you want something to block with. If somebody's
Your
coming.
fists.
Yeah, but
No, I get it.
he's lost.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't actually lose a limb. That was a fake out. But I assume that he can lose a limb.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, he has in the comics.
Yeah, and he can lose an eye.
He can lose an
certainly.
eye, yeah.
An eye's a kind of limb.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
It's the
limbs
most
of the
valuable-
head.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it appears to be. I'm not sure if you see it in the trailer, but you see it in the toy.
Hmm.
It looks to be partially made of Groot bits.
Yes.
Like maybe Groot breaks off a limb or something.
Yeah,
It's like,
absolutely.
here, make
yeah.
this.
You have this bloody thing. Some people have speculated that Peter Dinklage is playing the Dwarf King who forges Mjolnir.
Oh, I see,
and,
right,
And this
okay.
potentially, which I think would be
That would be
That would
good.
make sense. Yeah.
Where are they in that?
I think
in
it might be
scene?
like Heart of a Dying Star
Pretty
situation.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I assumed with the Mjolnir it was just but I think it would make sense that this is kind of an industrial space that they've built inside or near a star.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
To work out of, as opposed to just this center of a star.
Yeah, it might be in nowhere. The
Yeah, it could
celestial
be
head.
nowhere, yeah,
Maybe that's
exactly.
got all sorts of stuff in it.
I think
Who
that
knows?
makes an appearance in this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know in the original like in the actual myth of Thor?
Yeah.
He has two hammers.
Does he?
Yeah, and they can both like smash anything. And he throws them both into the sea, and one comes back, and that's the one he keeps. So there's another one just in the sea,
Why did he throw them?
just to see how good they were.
So one's obviously better than the
'Cause it
other.
came back to
or a
him.
mermaid's got one.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, no, I didn't know that at all. He didn't think to go and get it?
No, I don't know where it is.
In
Also,
the
maybe
sea.
this was also in a comic book.
It could very well be.
Yeah.
He threw them both into the ocean.
Yeah,
That's dumb.
just to see what would happen.
Well, now you know.
Because
idiot.
they're not. Guess what? The Norse gods were not smart people.
That's like driving two cars off a pier and then being...
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's
you
not the
get-
same
you
because your car doesn't come back.
No, you rent two cars and you drive them both off a pier, and one you get your deposit back.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about...
I was going to say his new hammer looks a lot like the Ultimate Universe.
Yes, it
hammer,
does, yeah.
Which is
It's called Stormbreaker?
No, Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill's hammer.
Okay. Oh, I think this one is called Stormbreaker.
Oh, okay, right.
though. But yeah, it's called something else. It's called... I can't remember the name of it.
Maybe it is.
Some weird Nordic name
Ah.
that I refuse to look up.
Yeah, good.
That Bruce Banner's definitely in the Hulkbuster suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I like that. Yeah. So do you think the Vision is going to die when Thanos definitely pulls the Mind Stone out of his head?
No, I think he's going to live.
I would like that. So he could have a normal life.
Well, see, I think the tragedy of this one is going to be he's like, well, I can be human and everything's cool.
Yeah.
But then the stone gets pulled out of his head and now he's stuck as the Vision.
Yes.
You know, that amazing being with incredible powers.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
What color is the Vision's face?
It's red.
Is it?
You think it's purple.
I think
but
it's purple,
not.
but a lot of people... I actually looked at the actual color of it.
Uh-huh.
It's not red.
No, he's red.
No. I've looked at like the actual color of it is
Of
not...
what?
Of his face is not red. Like I've got the actual pigment of it and I've checked.
In what? How did
So
you do
either
that?
some of us... In a image...
He's not, but Thanos is purple.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's purple.
You're saying it's a different shade.
It's more like a pinky purple.
It's a pinkish red. He's a pinkish red at best.
Okay, all right,
He's not
Mason.
purple though. You keep saying he's purple.
I'm
but
going to
you're
keep
wrong.
saying it.
No.
Maybe I'm colorblind. I
think you
Maybe
are.
I don't know what colors are.
Maybe that's probably true.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
If you Google The Vision,
yeah.
the first comic book based result, he'll be red.
No, I'm not talking about comic books. I'm talking about the movies.
I know you are.
Mason.
Oh, he just did his little nano rocket boost thing. I'm just watching the trailer
You're watching
again.
the trailer again.
The
Cool.
things that I missed.
What, did you miss anything?
No, I've never missed anything.
Why would you?
That's right.
It's getting hot.
Well, we see Shuri's back.
Yep. I don't think she's going to play much
She's
of a role.
examining the Vision in some way.
Mm.
Let's see.
I don't know, man. Some of these images, he looks very purple. He's definitely pinkish. We can agree on that, right?
In the Tom King run, he's pink.
Yeah.
But I think that the idea is he's meant to be more human in that. I don't know.
I think also the green offsets it a little bit, like the color, like it throws it a bit. I mean, look at that. That's not red.
It's reddish.
Well, purple is reddish.
He's beetroot. Can we agree that he's beetroot?
I can absolutely agree that he's beetroot. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we're looking at the Battle of Wakanda. We've got all the... So you were saying earlier that the Battle of Wakanda, spoiler alert, potentially is not for the Soul Stone.
No, it's for the Vision.
It's for the Vision.
And then we see him there.
Yeah, right.
In this trailer. So, yeah. I think, early on they try to get it from him. And that's when Captain America shows up and he catches the spear and he's like, I'm back, I'm Captain American.
Nice. He is Captain American.
Oh, I've got a thing here.
Is he at hard times or is he just on assignment? Is he changed his look with the beard and whatever?
He's doing undercover stuff.
So it's not he's just sad.
Yes.
Because the early trailer seems to suggest he's just really worn out.
No, he's been...
You would be.
You would be.
Yeah.
Doing all those chin-ups.
Which is why Black Widow's blonde.
Yes.
And why Falcon's exactly the same.
Yes. Well, he has a longer beard.
That's true.
It's more connected. It's more connected, I should say.
Okay.
Okay, here's the thing we can do.
Yes.
I got a bunch of Soul Stone theories here we can go through and make fun of.
Okay,
you
cool.
on board?
Actually, before we do that, can we do I have some other theories to make fun of.
Let's do it.
And I guess the last part of the trailer is Thanos takes a swing at Captain America, who catches the punch.
Yes.
What's going on there? What are your theories?
That works into the thing that I was talking about now.
Let's do it then.
There's a theory, and multiple people have messages to me, and I don't think it's right, that you see his eyes flash yellow.
I don't think they flash yellow, but they are yellow.
Yeah, I think that's just the reflection of
the Infinity
gold Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, maybe.
But the theory is that he is, that he is the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
like when he got the experiment or something has happened to him along the road. But I think the point of that character, I don't think it is for a number of reasons, but I think one of the reasons is the point of that character, he is essentially he's just a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's peak.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't read the comics, who's just seen the movies, Captain America's power is that he was given the potential to achieve peak human performance. So he can be as strong, as agile, as durable as a human can be without being superhuman.
Yes.
And they fudge that a little in the movies. Like he can hold a helicopter down from taking off.
Yeah.
And he can do stuff like that. But the idea, the basic premise of the character is he's just a regular guy trying his best.
Yes.
He's
exactly.
real strong.
Like Batman. Like he's
exactly.
He's to the peak of physical perfection.
Yeah, so I think it would undercut his character quite a lot.
Yeah.
If they were like, no, actually, he's got the
magic.
potential to do anything now. Yeah.
I think in that scene, I think he might be aided by something. Some people have said maybe he was given the heart-shaped herb. Maybe they've CGI'd out the shield. Like he's got the shield. So they're holding that reveal. Maybe Thanos has less or more stones in the gauntlet and they've removed or added some.
So maybe that's an empty gauntlet. Yeah,
it could be an empty gauntlet.
It could be.
It doesn't make sense that he's able to catch that punch without something going on.
It could be an editing trick.
Yeah.
Like maybe that actually lasts. I can conceive of him catching it for a nanosecond.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he holds it and then Thanos throws him into space. Or whatever.
That's right.
That
exactly.
would totally work.
Another theory could be that it's not Captain America.
It could be the Vision.
It could be the Vision.
The Vision has gold eyes.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
purple face, gold eyes.
Beetroot eyes. He's got beetroot eyes.
Yeah, I think
just like the song.
Just like the song. I think we haven't seen that power. But there's no reason if he can change into Paul Bettany, there's no reason to think that he can't change into Steve Rogers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve Rogers is sneaking up on him with a big old sword to cut his head off or whatever. Like he could have vibranium in his gloves or in his suit. But like you said, it could just be a case of he caught that for a split second and then he's just mashed.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I think there's a very good chance that Steve Rogers will die in this film. I think he'll be back because they'll do time travel and whatever. But I think he might die in this film.
Also, could be a Skrull.
Could
I don't
be a
think it
Skrull.
could be a
No,
Skrull.
I don't think it's yeah.
That would be such a... Like, I know we're getting the Skrulls, the shape-shifting Skrulls.
Yes.
In future movies set in the past, Captain Marvel as an example, and then probably movies after that. But to throw that in as an option, just apropos of nothing, in the middle of a battle would be super weird.
Absolutely it would. I mean, they could build it up in the film.
Yep.
They could introduce it, but I think that's going to be something they're going to do in either the next Avengers film or a lot of in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's any number of reasons, Mason, but it's probably only a brief moment, I'd imagine. Yeah. Maybe it's him going to grab the stone. It depends also how hard is Thanos actually hitting him. He could be just reaching to grab something.
Maybe he wants something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It might not even be that he's probably not using his full strength. Also, you see Thanos kind of
He's puzzled.
He's flinch or puzzled or like he's having some
He's
effort.
flummoxed.
He's flummoxed, yeah. So no, it's very much like that comic where Captain America faces him down and Thanos just breaks his shield.
It could also be if we pull back and Captain America's being held by the Hulk. He's squeezing him in. He's really pushing him forward, you know?
Exactly.
That'd be fun.
So there's any number of reasons. These are some other Soul Stone theories though we got.
All right.
And then they're not all terrible by any stretch.
Some of them are terrible is what you're saying.
That's true, yeah. But I think that Captain America thing though, the Soul Stone thing, it's possible. I just don't think that's what it is. Yeah,
it would be odd.
Yeah.
For all the people who could be the Soul Stone in these movies.
Well, that's the thing, exactly.
And I think they also kind of did that in the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
Where we went, okay, Star-Lord has
Yes.
this celestial power.
And also, we already have one, like the Vision is the Mind Stone, essentially.
Exactly.
So
I think it would be odd to throw that in again and be like, hey, look, this lovable character we like now has ultimate power for a minute.
Exactly.
Like I think it worked in Guardians 2 because he has the powers and then he gives them up. And then it, you know, he learns a lesson, etc.
Yeah, about family.
About family, yeah, exactly.
Or whatever.
Yep.
Heimdall is the Soul Stone.
Yep.
People have thought of that. I don't think that's the case. I could see why it would work though. If it did happen, I could see it. Like it makes sense to me, but still don't think
And
it
it
is.
also, it seems very convenient that Thanos would be after, like Thanos is like, well, I got 2 stones in a row.
Yeah.
Because Heimdall's is on
the ship.
the ship.
Yeah.
And also the Tesseract? What else is
Yeah,
on?
the Tesseract there as well. Yeah,
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
exactly.
It'd
Which
be-
we see him get as well. He crushes
right.
it. Yeah. But no, it could be. The other thing is that it's in Wakanda.
Again, very convenient for them to be 2
Exactly.
in one
That's
spot.
it. Exactly. A lot of people said Adam Warlock because he's linked to it in the comics.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they're going to introduce Adam Warlock in this. James Gunn has talked about it, and he's even said I probably might even use him in 3, or I might not. So I don't think they're going to introduce Adam Warlock in this film.
Yeah, right.
What do you think?
No.
No. There's also been some promo art that links Iron Man to the Soul Stone.
Oh, yeah, right.
And that could be that we just don't know where it is or what it is, and then he gets it, and that's why it's linked. Like this Doctor Strange is linked to the Time Stone, but he's not the Time Stone.
No, that's true,
He just
yeah.
has it.
Yeah, right.
So it could be that Tony Stark finds it in space or on Titan or whatever,
Yeah, right,
and that's why he's linked to it. So I think that's probably the most likely.
Maybe
at this
he
point.
makes it in a lab.
He probably could make it in a lab, yeah. So, but no, any of those ring true to you, Mason?
No. Here's one that I'm hoping for. It's something else that we've
Yeah,
not seen yet.
yeah.
I'm really hoping
That's what
for
I
that.
think
because I think, again, they are getting better at not spoiling the entire movie in these
Yeah.
trailers. So I'm hoping...
Especially by just changing little things.
Yeah, right,
that- Yeah, from the final films, yeah.
So with any luck, it's something we haven't considered yet.
With any luck, Mason.
Maybe Howard the Duck has it.
He might have it.
Might have it, exactly.
Seems like he wouldn't have it.
Probably wouldn't have it,
But he might have it.
He might have it though, mightn't he? Yeah.
There you go. Anything else from this?
No,
I
that'll
got a
do.
runtime here. It's 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Seems long,
Which
but I'll
is the
take it.
longest Marvel film, I think. But probably not the longest Transformers film.
No, it's true.
Yeah, so that's a long one. That means I got to plan my day around it, not drink that much water. That's what I always have to do if it's a long movie that I want to sit through.
Yeah.
Like I saw Tomb Raider. I think I went to the toilet several times during
What?
it. That I didn't. Maybe we could talk about that now, though, Mason. But before we do, we have to do an ad. Are you
Okay,
ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want to do that bit you were doing at the start?
Oh yeah.
Mason.
Whoa!
What? I know. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's been hours, by the way. I've edited this
Yeah,
down.
well, I love getting an incredible sleep. I love having a terrific sleep.
I bet you bloody do.
I do.
I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you're awake because...
What, are you in my bedroom? How did this happen?
No, this is my house.
What?
Yeah.
You've moved my bed into your house. Are you trying to take my bed?
Correct.
Wow.
We're here to talk about Casper mattresses, though, Mason. Casper mattresses, as you know, are perfectly designed for humans by humans. They're engineered to soothe and cradle your natural geometry.
My curves.
We've also,
I got curves for days.
That's right.
I got legs up to my armpits.
These are supportive memory foams for a quality sleep surface.
Cradles my hot patootie.
Correct. Would you call it the right amount of both sink and bounce?
You know I would.
Absolutely. It's also designed to regulate your body temperature, so you won't get super hot in any one spot. Is that true?
Well, look, I've got some super hot spots. Let me
Sure,
tell you.
yeah,
That
right.
hot patootie I was mentioning
Yeah,
before.
absolutely,
But you're
yeah.
absolutely right. It does indeed do that.
Yeah. They also have 3 mattress models. The original Casper.
If your patootie's too hot, that can be dangerous when it comes to sleep.
Absolutely,
so you don't
it
want it
can.
to be too
Yeah.
hot.
Or sitting on a bus. Anything. There's got the original Casper, the Wave, and the Essential.
Very nice.
Yeah. But they offer a wide array of products as well to ensure overall sleep comfortability. That's not what they wrote. I put that
That's
word in
very true.
myself. Yeah. Also, they got no hassle returns. If you're not happy, like it ships to your house in a box, you know this, and you open it up and it's a mattress. It's already there.
That's true.
And then if you're like,
It's like it was always there.
it's like it was always there. If you don't like it, if you're not a fan,
Yep.
which is crazy, they'll come and get it. You don't have
Yeah.
to put it back in the little box.
No, that's true.
but they'll come
I
and get it.
suspect they've never had to send one back.
That's probably true.
They're like, you send one, you get it, you get them to take it back, and they're like, we don't know how to. No one's ever sent it back. I don't know.
They're
how
just
to.
sawing it in half.
Somebody has to stick it on the back of their roof of their station
Yeah,
wagon.
that's it. They also do free shipping and returns in the US and Canada. Okay. Mason, you can actually try a Casper mattress 100 nights risk-free with their sleep on it trial.
Very nice.
Okay? This is how it works. You get it and then you try it. And if you don't like it, you can send it back. For 100 nights is a lot.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nearly a third of a year.
It's nearly a third of a year.
It's a season.
It's nearly a quarter of a year. Mm-hmm. It is.
Yep.
It's more, slightly.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Also, so what we got here, we have a special offer. Start sleeping ahead of the curve with Casper. Get $50 towards any mattress purchase, which is quite a lot, by visiting casper.com/theweeklyplanet and using the offer code theweeklyplanet, all one word, for $50 off. Terms and conditions do apply.
As they always do.
As they always do. But yeah, that's casper.com/theweeklyplanet, offer code theweeklyplanet. Here we go, Mason. Got exciting things to talk about with Tomb Raider 2018.
Let's talk about Tomb
the
Raider.
third Tomb Raider. A $90 million budget, 23 million US opening weekend, 54 million worldwide, which is, it's fine.
It's totally fine.
Totally fine as an opening. As a movie, do you mean like the movie is totally fine? Is that what you're saying?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
I want to hear about these numbers that I never understand.
That's it. Okay, so it's
cool.
doing okay. It didn't beat
What
Black
did you say the
Panther.
budget was?
90.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it looked better than it did in a lot of the trailers, like the special effects.
Yeah, right,
There was a few wonky stuff, but I think on the whole it looks pretty solid. That's all I have to say. We're going to do spoiler free and then spoilers, I
Yeah,
guess.
we can do
'cause
that.
There's some,
I feel we can do that.
yeah. I don't have a hell of a lot to say, but I thought it was fine. It was totally fine. It's way better than the other ones.
Yes, for
I know.
sure.
I've only seen 2, which I hated.
Right. Or maybe you've seen them both. It's
No,
tough
I
to say.
definitely haven't.
Have you seen the video, the music video with U2? Where Evil Bono kidnaps the Edge. Have
Oh,
you
is
seen
that
Vertigo?
Elevation?
Elevation. There we go, yeah.
I remember the year 2001.
Yeah, we all can.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question for you. If this weren't a branded Tomb Raider movie, would you like it more or less? Or about the same?
I think it works.
Look
as
into
a-
your heart.
I probably wouldn't see it if it wasn't a branded Tomb Raider
Okay.
because I'd be like, well, this looks like a Tomb Raider or Indiana Jones knockoff.
Yeah.
So no, I probably would like it less.
I think I would like it more because it's Tomb Raider. I remember the reboot video game and the old video games, and I sort of am expecting it to go certain
Yes,
ways.
same, yeah.
And I think if people were like, this is an adventure, if we didn't know what Tomb Raider was, and people were like, here's a fun adventure movie, I think I would like it more.
Okay, that makes
That being
sense to
said,
me.
I liked it quite a lot.
Yeah. It's certainly not great. but it's the best video game.
It is the best video game movie for sure.
Yeah.
It might even be
Better than Prince of Persia?
yes. Okay, here's the thing, but here's the key to it all.
Yeah. The cast.
We have long said that there's never been a good movie based on a video game. Is this, on balance, all things considered, a good video game movie? Has it broken the curse? I say maybe.
Yeah, I say
leaning
maybe.
towards
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's not a home run. And I think
Right.
a lot of it, though, a lot of the good stuff to do with it is how well it's cast.
I was going to say, the cast pushes this through.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And there's a few interesting twists and turns, which
That's
I
true,
did,
yeah.
which I didn't expect. But the same with you, because I've played the video game that this is loosely based off.
Uh-huh.
I was expecting certain things that it didn't deliver on, and I think the movie is worse for not looking at those aspects.
Right, but also, do you mean
But also, Mason.
do you mean plot wise, or do you mean just sequences that happen in the?
I mean
in the
plot
game?
wise.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, by necessity, some of the sequences would have had to be cut out. You know, there's a scene in the game where she has to climb to a really tall tower and fix
Yes.
a radio and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
absolutely.
that. That would have been nice, and that is terrifying.
It's
in the
terrifying.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe that would have been a nice sequence to have, but I mean, some stuff has to be cut out for.
Exactly. But no, I think she's great
Yeah.
as
It's
Lara
Alicia
Croft.
Vikander, apparently.
Alicia
I've recently
Vikander,
learned that.
okay.
I recently fell down a YouTube hole, and Wired magazine do it's called the autocomplete interview.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
And
yeah.
and basically they get a celebrity and they give them all the questions people ask on Google.
Right.
And they have to answer them. And having watched I watched about 8 of them from various movies and various stars and things like that. Everybody is such a good sport about it, and they are all so exhausted. Clearly they've all, because they're all 99% of the
Are
time.
they all like Michael Fassbender girlfriend? Is it like those kind of?
No, I think there's
They
been
don't do those
There's been
ones?
some creative editing.
Okay, yeah, I
So
was
I
gonna
like the only one who is super enthusiastic is Jennifer Garner. Who
Right.
I don't think she's promoting anything. They just asked her to do it, and she's so happy to be there, and she's having a great time
Cool.
or whatever. But they've
Just happy to be away from the
exactly.
kids, mate.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at no point do they pull off the thing and it goes Jennifer Garner divorce, which people would have been all the time. But that'd
Absolutely,
be
yeah.
the top result.
Yeah.
But they don't. I think they creatively go, okay, we'll softball these.
Yeah,
It's always
absolutely.
like Jennifer Garner tap dance or whatever, kind of
Oh,
thing.
I didn't know
but
she
yeah,
could tap dance.
maybe not. But it'll be like they're all happy to be there. They're working hard, but they're so tired because it's obviously the 100th interview they've done that day.
Absolutely, yeah.
And somebody's handing this weird novelty board thing to do, and they're like, "There's
They have to wrap their head around what it is.
There's one it's Alan Arkin, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Caine because they did some movie where they're all retirees
Yeah,
doing a
yeah, I know
heist
the
or
one,
something.
yeah.
And Morgan Freeman goes, "Surely there's an easier way to do this."
Good on them for leaving that in, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, those were fun. Anyway, she says her name's Alicia Vikander.
Alicia. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think she's great.
Yep.
I think she really captures not the 90s Tomb Raider,
Yep.
which is the not as good version in my opinion.
Yep.
The recenter version.
Yes.
Like the more realistic looking person with realistic abilities
Yeah.
than
Who isn't just God moding through the whole
Yeah,
movie,
exactly.
which happens
Yeah.
in the previous two.
or at least the second one because I haven't seen the original.
Oh, no, I
The
understand.
one where
sure.
she fights the robot dog or whatever.
And we got again, it's performances that carry this.
Yeah.
So we've got Dominic West as
Yeah.
the dad.
Yep.
Great. Enjoy him.
Yep.
Doesn't have to do an American accent, which
Thank
is nice.
God. Yeah.
Who else?
I really liked Daniel Wu as the boat captain.
Yeah, right, he
I
was
thought
great as well,
really-
yeah.
He should be in more stuff. I liked him a lot. Yeah. He's 43.
What else has he been in?
Dude looks. God, I did look that up and I
Okay, good.
can't. He's in like one of those like kung fu TV shows as well.
Well, while
or
you look
something.
that up, he's in that one, the one that people recommended. It's the kung fu's really good.
Yeah.
It's like a
It's
western,
called
but it's
Kung Fu Real Good.
It's not what it's called. But also, who else is good in this?
Wally Goggins.
Wally Goggles. Walter
Yeah.
Goggins is good as the villain,
Exactly.
who's got reasons to be there.
He's got
and
reasons to be there.
And he's cruel, but he's probably not unnecessarily cruel based on the position he's in.
No, I don't think so.
Mm.
I mean, you could definitely understand his motivations. I mean, he elevates anything that he's in.
That's true.
So,
Is he ever not a bad guy?
Into the Badlands.
That's the one, Into
Yeah.
the Badlands. People recommended that after we saw Iron Fist. People were like, if you want to see a good kung fu TV series,
I don't. I just want to watch bad kung fu TV series.
then watch Iron
so-
Fist again. Watch season 2 of Iron Fist, which is coming at you whether you want it or not.
Oh, just quickly, did you finish Jessica Jones?
Yes.
And I heard it gets better.
It gets somewhat better.
Okay, yeah.
But I think they shoehorn some issues in there.
Okay, sure.
Like they're like, let's shoehorn some themes in.
Okay.
We'll talk about it when
That's
we're ready.
for another day, Mason.
We'll talk
or
about it
for
a little
later,
bit later,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. What I did like, I like the London opening bike chase
Me
quite a
too.
lot. I
Yeah.
thought that was and it felt more realistic, and it felt like she was really kind of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know if you've seen the movie Salt, Mason. I know that you have.
I haven't seen Salt.
Really?
No, I
Okay.
haven't seen Salt.
But, apparently, Angelina Jolie does all her stunts in that, but it doesn't feel like that. This feels, even though she probably doesn't do all this bike stuff, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that also she gets beat up at the start. Like she's doing an MMA fight.
Oh, that's right.
And
She's not the best at anything.
Invincible.
Yeah, right.
And it also seems as though she learns a lesson from that, which she uses multiple times
Oh, it's like a movie from
in
the
the
80s.
film. It's like a movie from the 80s. But I thought it was a bit light on like video game action sequences. Like there's the plane moment, and there's a bit where she's running through a thing and everything's falling down.
But it also, in doing that, it avoided the worst trope of every video game movie, which is the bit that is directly out of the video
Yes.
game, and you go, remind everybody that's a video game.
Yeah, agreed.
Make it first person, make it, whatever.
I agree, but I think it could have used one more. And I think that might have been a budget thing.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I liked what was there, but the problem is like that plane thing, they released that clip. So I'd seen it. I think that's
right.
a good sequence, but I'd seen it before. Yeah.
In many ways, the island is its own character.
It is, sort of.
Nah.
See, I didn't, see, in the game, this is not really a spoiler, but the island is a place that they are trapped and you cannot get off that island at
For
all.
love nor money.
Yeah, it's like a magic curse.
Yeah,
thing.
right. Uh-huh.
In this, it's not as much that, and it feels just like if you just get a phone, you can leave.
You're right.
And there isn't that sense of desperation. There is for Wally Goggs because he's stuck there for a reason.
Yeah.
But for Tomb Raider, it's kind of like if you get his phone, you could leave.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
you could get a bunch of people off this island.
But she doesn't because she's got to raid them.
She's got a tomb raid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
So I felt it was less. There's less desperation
Yeah,
than
right.
it did in the game.
I thought this movie was going to be worse because in the trailer, Wally Goggs does say, "Open the tomb," like to just really hammer home that this is a Tomb Raider movie.
did not know that.
But he cuts it out. They cut that out of the movie. He never says that in the movie.
man.
He says something about can you open this or whatever, but he
He
never
just
goes,
says, "Can you
open the tomb?"
What did you think of the tomb opening stuff?
Kind of fun.
Kind of fun.
I think anybody could have done that though.
Well, that's
with
the thing.
enough
I looked
time.
at that because there's a big door that you got to kind of open, and they apparently can't dynamite it for whatever reason, which I don't understand.
Yep.
But what was she doing to open it? She's just kind of turning it,
Yeah, right.
but you don't really get a sense that.
No, but I get the sense that as a child, she learned
Yes.
how to do all those puzzles.
Agreed, but I wanted to kind of see like, how are you doing this?
Oh, okay.
Like, what's your thought process?
I had zero interest in
Well,
that.
I see as a teacher, Mason, because I
here we
used to
go.
be a teacher. That's what you do with kids. You get them
Would
to
you
talk
pull
through
it
their
back, learn
problem
a bloody
solving.
true,
I'm just
fair
saying,
enough.
Mason, I teach and I travel. That's who I am.
Oh, God.
I mean, I used to do those things.
Yeah, right. Now you sit in a room, in front of a microphone.
Exactly. Do you want to do spoilers?
Yeah, let's do spoilers.
Okay, cool. The father was alive. I mean, who'd have thought?
Also, I wanted to do spoilers because you didn't ask me what the story was, and now it's too late.
Oh, no!
It's too late, James. It's too late. You can't do it in spoilers.
This is unprecedented.
Isn't it, though? Yeah. Bloody got you, mate. The father's alive. Yeah.
I can't believe I missed that.
I know.
People were yelling at me this entire time.
That's right.
Oh, no. I normally write it in as well,
Yeah.
so I don't forget. And I
That's
did
right.
it this
You're
time.
going to have to write it big and bold and underline next time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we called that Dominic West was alive because you see him in a young man's wig. So it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Well, you're going to see him regular aged or,
That's true, yeah.
or whatever. But it turns out that there's an organization and there's a trinity and they're stealing the magic. And
That's right.
They
Which
wanna-
isn't magic in the.
No, it's that I really liked.
Me too.
So in the video game, have you beat that video game?
Yes.
It's really good. The island they're trapped on is trapped. They're trapped there because like there's an old ancient wizard, a queen that's cursed and keeping everybody there to knock planes out of the sky and shoot people with lightning. But in this, it's not that. It's just a woman who had the plague.
Yes.
And
The super plague.
Yeah, and she buried herself there
Yeah.
to stop it
Which
spreading.
worked really well, I think, because the the legend of this woman is she brings death everywhere she goes, and
Yes.
she's this horrible monster, and she's whatever. And on all the images depict her touching someone and they die, and so everybody thinks she's this terrifying monster who wanted to destroy the world. But then all of that was true, that she could kill people by touching them, but she wanted to seal herself off from the world, which I
Yes.
thought was fun, and logically that all worked, which was good.
What would have worked more effectively if they just burnt the body?
Oh yeah,
Because by like hermetically sealing it,
yes,
it turns out that just kept the sickness alive. It was a bit kind of like, the sickness is crawling up my arm, kind of.
Yeah, right,
That's a bit kind of less believable than, maybe it should have been just cough up some blood and fall over. I don't know.
disintegrate.
Yeah, it's
That's what I
fine,
say,
whatever.
yeah.
But it kind of zombified people as well, because they kind of go
Yeah,
mad
right,
as they.
yeah.
But no, I like that. I liked that twist. I thought it was. Oh, I didn't expect it,
No,
but it was a good twist on what they did in the video game.
But as the movie progressed, I'm like, how are they going to do magic? Like at a certain point, you go, if they throw in magic at
Yes.
this point, they've ruined this.
Well, that's the thing, exactly. Well, Indiana Jones is a bit like that. There's no magic, and then there's the most magic thing you've ever seen.
Right, yes.
So,
yeah.
yeah. By the way, that last sequence is just Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, yeah, for
like
sure.
getting in. It's
Yeah.
there's the falling down floor, which I didn't mind. I thought that was. It also makes more sense than not Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade.
Crusade, yeah.
Because he'll just step on a bit, and only that bit will fall down. Like
Yeah,
it
right.
doesn't make sense. Anyway, I love that movie. It doesn't matter. But this. The metal bits kind of falling away was...
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then you make a colour and you get out of
Oh, yeah.
a thing or
Cool.
whatever.
Cool, man.
I liked the hand-to-hand stuff they did in this as well.
Really solid. Good
Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah. There was 2 times where she got, or 3 times where she got choked, and twice she got out. That mud fight was quite good as well.
Yeah, right.
Where she's beating up that dude in the mud.
That was good, yeah.
That also felt like...
And you know what it felt like? Yeah, actually, you tell me what it felt like.
Well, it felt like the stakes were high and felt realistic, because after she killed a guy, she felt real bad about
yeah,
it.
that's right. For a while.
For a while, then she just bow and arrowed
Yeah,
away.
yeah, which happens in the game as well.
Yeah.
She shoots a guy and she's like, oh, what do I do? And then by the end, you're like mowing down
Yeah.
people left and right with guns and arrows and flamethrowers or whatever.
That's it. Hey, buddy.
There's your kid. He called you a nerd. Did you hear that?
Did he?
Yeah, he called
He's
you
a nerd, if anything.
Wow. Yeah, and what I liked about the mud fight also is that it felt like she could realistically take that guy, given a certain set of circumstances.
definitely,
Like
yeah.
it wasn't one of those situations where, Angelina Jolie style, where she like jump kicks a guy off a cliff or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like, drops a guy twice her size with a punch
Yes.
or whatever. Like you can, if you've got the skills, you can do that. And
Yes.
they did that properly. I think.
Agreed. Yeah. It also felt like she could be hurt. And she
Yeah.
was hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But overall, it's fine. I wouldn't say rush out to see it. I think you could wait for a Netflix and that would be totally fine. But no, I wouldn't mind seeing another one of these. Like a lot of elements, I think if you'd never seen an Indiana Jones film or a Tomb Raider film, you'd probably enjoy this a lot more.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay.
It is good, and I like the little cameo from Nick Frost. Somebody pointed
yeah.
out, it was on our Planet Broadcasting group. I can't remember who it is. I don't have your name, but they were like, that scene in the trailer where she picks out the 2 guns, that's going to be the final scene in the movie, and it
was.
absolutely was. Yeah,
I did not like that. That felt like Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider.
yeah, right. But I think that was the nod.
I know, but you don't need it.
No, for sure. But
Yeah.
are you
She's
looking-
got the braid and the,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Oh, and then the twist was that the head of the company was
Oh yeah,
evil.
it was the mum or whatever. Or auntie.
the mum,
The mum.
auntie mum.
Auntie mum, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the anti mum.
The auntie mum. So yeah.
It's fine. Are you looking forward to a sequel? I'll watch a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know whether they'll actually make it.
No.
But depending on how well it does. But no, I'd definitely see a sequel to this.
Would you watch a sequel to the U2 video clip Elevation?
You better believe it.
Elevation 2. Evil Bono's back.
And this time he's getting another member of U2.
That's
I
right.
don't know any of their names though.
Larry Mullen Jr.
Okay, he's
I
getting
think.
Larry
Maybe he's the
Mullen
bass
Jr.
player. Larry Mullen Jr. is either a bass player or he's a race car driver.
Yes, okay.
That's the name. Only works for one of those
You're
two.
absolutely right. I got some tweets here from people who saw it. And have some
I'm
thoughts.
ready.
Stephen Groom, actually, this is a question. Tomb Raider is the game afoot. So in every movie that we see, every year we have our What am I talking about, Mason?
Do you want me to start?
I didn't bring any water into the room, and I went to the gym just before you
You're
came.
very
I'm
dehydrated.
very dehydrated.
So every year we do our Planet Broadcasting Awards. One of them is the award for when the game is on.
Yes.
Which is the award for the most ham-fisted attempt to build a franchise.
Correct.
Or a sequel. And I don't think this is going to get the award.
It could if
I mean,
there's
it could
nothing
if
else.
there's nothing worse.
But no, I don't
But
think...
I think this was... And again, I think you're much more inclined to win our award if there's no movie prior to it. It's just the movie is just a setup for another movie.
Yeah.
It's
like
a
The Mummy, yeah.
it's a bare bones film that barely has a plot going, and the only premise of it is, hey, here's some more references for sequels.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was anything like we'll
No.
never go back to that island.
No, exactly.
So no, I don't
I
think it'll
think
win.
even if this doesn't get a sequel, that didn't feel... There's been much worse ones. And there'll
absolutely.
probably be worse ones this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen Ready Player One yet either, so who knows how that...
But I don't. How does that movie end, though? How does the book end? Surely
he becomes the king of pop culture knowledge. I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping that they do because I assume at the end of Ready Player One, the book, which I haven't read, he knows the most about a certain thing and then he wins.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that Spielberg puts a little twist on it, and at the end he has to answer a question related to emotional intelligence in some way. So he goes into the last room, and then there's the avatar of the creator of the game, and he's like, "Hello, young adventurer, you've reached the end, but to win all my millions and squillions of dollars, here's a person and their family dog has just died. Go and have a chat with them and make them feel a little bit better." And then he walks over and he's like, did you know that the cover art for Dokken's first album is actually based on a... And then just a pit opens up and he falls into lava. And then a drone shoots a missile at his house in real life. I'd watch that.
Absolutely. Oh, incredible. I thought you were going to go like the road of... You had to do the Blade Runner test.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I prefer the drone.
No, because that's
shoots
a
a missile.
reference. See, he could win
That's
that.
true, he could win. It's a reference.
reference.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, do you know what it's time for then?
Oh, is it time for what we're reading?
What we're going to read. Oh, no, before we do that, sorry.
Please.
There's, Andrew says, just got back from Tomb Raider. Didn't hate it, thought it was fine, had a good time. It's nice to see my favourite video game franchise and character in a half-decent movie, so I might be biased, but still best movie ever. Mike said, Tomb Raider was bad, not so bad it's good, but not good. It teases a sequel it doesn't deserve. It was the most bland movie I have seen in quite a while, especially after seeing Annihilation the day before. Yeah, that's fair. Childish T'Challa says, let's just say Tomb Raider did not break the streak of video game adaptations. Worst movie ever.
Ooh.
So maybe we're a little bit more positive on it than we should have been, Mason.
Look, no, I don't think so. I think if, like we said, I think if
I didn't think it would be good, and it was fine.
yeah, and I think if the actors didn't push it through, I think it would have been bad.
Agreed.
Or at very least bland, forgettable.
Yeah, I could have, if you had have cast, say, someone in the lead role like the way they did for the Hitman reboot.
Yeah, right.
This would have been a very different outcome.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think, look, and I
her
would
skills are well beyond what this movie
yeah,
is.
for sure. And I think I would like to see a sequel, and I'd like to see like Vikander back and like maybe more flashbacks with her dad. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
because I think those characters work well together.
Yeah, definitely.
So there you go.
So I was just thinking about a drone hitting that kid's house.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good, right? Yeah. Just his shack explodes. So good. Anyway, what we read, what we're going to read.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today?
So we both watched
We
Annihilation,
did,
right?
yeah. I'd like to talk. We talked about this in our personal life because this will run long if we go into it now. We'll probably do an Alex Garland episode because he's done some incredible sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, right.
So we'll do that down the track. But I loved it. I thought it was great. What did you think?
I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure what the point of it was.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at least...
I think that was also a big element of that movie. It was kind of like, okay, this is a slight spoiler at the end, so skip ahead, I'll time code it. They're like, so what was it? And what's her name? Natalie Portman's like, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
What did they want? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Like,
for
it's
sure,
just-
right, yeah. Was it an accident? We don't know.
Maybe.
But I mean, also, I guess my thing being like in Ex Machina, which was one of his previous films.
Yeah.
The movie was about intelligence and real intelligence and artificial intelligence and life and
Dancing.
and like the hubris of humankind to attempt to create something that could ultimately destroy them, kind
The
of thing.
HHK, yeah.
Exactly. But what was this about?
Yeah.
Like there was, I don't really know what the.
We'd have to go into spoilers, I think, to get into
well, maybe
that.
we'll talk about it in
Talk about
Alice
another
Garland.
time.
But
Yeah.
I absolutely, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Very upsetting music, especially at the end.
very upsetting soundscape generally.
Definitely, yeah.
Also, some of the effects are not great.
No.
I think some of the last third, I think the effects are amazing, and some of the visuals are amazing.
A lot of it is I think, to do with the color palette.
Yeah.
Because they don't try to hide a lot of the weird stuff in it. They do it in broad daylight, and that's harder than
but
doing it
also
at night.
towards the start, there's an action sequence where the team has to open fire on something, and I felt it didn't feel like it was really there.
Okay, yeah, I can see
It
that.
felt like they were just shooting phantom bullets at a phantom thing.
A Phantom Menace.
A
Natalie Portman Phantom Menace.
We also had 2 Star Wars actors.
We did, yeah.
If we're still in spoilers, Alex Garland's thing seems to be, his endings all seem to be a weird being that shouldn't be in regular society has escaped into regular society. So
Yes. Not all of them, but
No,
some
but
of
some
them.
of them.
Yeah, definitely.
the 2 that I remember
Yeah.
from right now, that is the plot.
I also delved into Netflix, Mason, to watch something this week. and I
what'd
watched
you watch?
Ricky Gervais's new stand-up
Oh,
special.
you want to talk about this one?
It's fucking atrocious.
yes.
And I don't look, I'm a big fan of a lot of the stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
I love his podcast, that animated series, the first season of The Office, the original series I really like. But this is just, a lot of it is him being like, I don't care about anything. This guy tweeted me this and this is what I said back. And it's a lot of that.
And that is inherently not funny.
Correct. Oh, you had more to say.
Pointing out, like an Instagram post that points out a funny thing you said is not inherently funny. It's just smug.
Yes.
And unless it is the funniest thing in the world, don't even bother.
And it's not. Yeah. And a lot of the bits that he does about, stories and things that he tells, I've seen him tell on talk shows.
Yeah, right.
Which is very bizarre. And like he does this bit on trans and Caitlyn Jenner, who, by the way, I'm not a fan of as a human being.
Right.
But he's like, would it be like if I transitioned into a chimp? Like, that's a joke. That's a bad Reddit joke from like 5 years ago.
Yeah, right.
It's just the most punch down, lame, like edgy, but crap.
It's hack.
It's so hack.
Yeah.
And he is the most thin-skinned individual on the planet.
Right.
And look, we have a segment which is basically us reading out hate mail
Yeah,
that we
right,
make fun of. But it's like 50 minutes of that. But
Wow.
then at the end, he does a story about his family and his mum's funeral, and it's really good.
Oh.
I just think it should have been personal stories. This is what I grew up with, but this is like, hey man, I'm edgy. I say whatever I want. I hosted the Golden Globes and people said, you can't say that, but I did say it. And then I went on Twitter and someone said this and then I said this.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, who gives a fuck
Right.
about any of this? It's so tone deaf. It's incredible. Yeah. Anyway, you going to watch it?
Here's a question for probably not, but I guess my question for you is: guess you were offended then, weren't you?
See, that's the thing.
He offended you, didn't
it's
he?
not offend. It's not offensive
It never is.
at all.
That's true.
It's so tame.
Yeah.
And if it was offensive, I'd kind of be like, okay, I get what you're doing, but it's nowhere. It's just not offensive, and I can see why. Like if it could be offensive for trans, but I don't even think it is because it's so hack.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It's just not anything. Like it's just.
Is he playing to people who are years behind? Maybe that's
And
it.
I think that might be what
Yeah.
it is. I think also the fact that he recycled so much of it, and even like he's gone on Twitter and there's a lot of it's him like, I've got all my material for next year from all the responses from people because everyone's so offended. And great, man, that's awesome. Good for you. Like, and he's like, I'm so rich and that's fine, but you're deeply unhappy. And like, and that's the thing. You can be thin-skinned. You can be unhappy. You can, and rich and I'm sure he's not unhappy.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? But the fact that he's like, I don't even care. I say what I want. But you clearly do care.
If you keep
and of
commenting
course
on
you
this
care.
stuff. Yeah.
If 1,000 people told me every day that I'm a dickhead, I would probably care.
What about one guy saying it 1,000 times?
Yeah,
I say
guess-
rubbing my hands together.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's okay. it's so I don't.
But I would also take that in exchange for millions of dollars.
Yeah, sure, exactly. Well, that's exactly it. I think if he did a stand-up special based around like him growing up and his family and if stories like that, I think it really could be great.
He's produced good work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it, but he is, and people have said this. He has a lot of David Brent in him.
Yeah,
and I don't think he realizes it.
Yeah, right.
It's bizarre. I don't know what the fuck has happened.
Yeah.
You mentioned before we started the show that it's probably that he started stand up after he got famous. That's probably an element of. Yeah. And look, there is no way I could do a show anywhere even near as good as this. But it's just it is not as top tier as I think he thinks he is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And every now and then there's like that's an okay joke. Like there's bits and pieces, but generally no.
Yeah, somebody should have said, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
Somebody should have gone over his set list and been like, "Hey, maybe tweak this."
Yeah.
But he's at that certain level of power and
Apparently, got like $40 million for it. I mean, who cares? I mean, I'd stand up and say,
"Me too."
I don't do that for $40 million.
For $40 million, I would stand up and say everything he said verbatim.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'd be like, "So then Ricky Gervais said, and then I said,
Yeah.
good stuff."
Yeah.
Anyway, you were offended.
I think he's better than this.
Yeah,
I really think he is, or he has been better than this.
Yeah.
And that's because also a big part of me, like, because I started off doing a business degree, like Office Space in the office was the reason why I went, if I do this, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, it really, I don't enjoy saying this. I just think it's.
But that's exactly it. Like but he's in a position where I guess because he got so much acclaim early on for a lot of stuff that he's now decided, and he's built up a fan base who are also like, so he's now in a kind of a bubble where he's like, well, everything I think of is great, and people who are critical of it they don't have a point, they're just wrong and offended.
Yeah.
But really, somebody should be setting him aside and going, you're capable of more than this.
Yes.
Some of this needs a tweak.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure when he and Stephen Merchant wrote The Office, they went, actually this scene isn't working. Let's
Absolutely.
tweak it.
And
now he's like, well, now I never have to tweak anything.
Well, if you watch the David Brent movie compared to that character from The Office, clearly Stephen Merchant had a huge hand in crafting that character.
Because he didn't write the movie.
No, he didn't write the movie. Yeah,
right.
And that movie's fine. It's not terrible, but there's an element missing from that movie that wasn't there in the original series.
Well, Ricky Gervais, if you're listening and you're not, and you need somebody you need an honest eye on your work, or you need to tell somebody that you're rich, and we can go to hell. Either way, we're here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything else? Or we're doing the letters?
Oh no, I watched as I said, I finished Jessica Jones. It improves somewhat.
Yeah. Is it a length thing? Is it too long?
No, I would say it's not even a length thing. It's just, I think
Is it a girth thing?
It's a girth thing.
Okay,
That's
I get
more
you.
important. But I think they wanted to make it thematically interesting as the first season. And so this one is more about family and addiction and I don't know, just the idea that the hold that family has on you and what, they can make you act against your better judgment and that sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Could she fly?
She can't fly now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what the issue I had with it is that...
Were you offended? Was it too edgy for you?
It was too edgy for me and I was offended. The thought I had with it is that it's reached a point where the character hasn't grown and she hasn't sort of taken on board the lessons of any of the other things she's been in,
right,
or the larger universe that she exists in the sense that, so spoilers for this,
sure,
throw in that bloody time code.
I'll do it.
I think we mentioned in a previous episode, I'm like, the villain is just this old woman, like it's a middle-aged woman. It turns out that she is Jessica's mother.
Okay.
She survived the car crash that we thought killed her. She was experimented on by the same company that experimented on her.
She turned into a meat monster?
She's briefly a meat monster. And then she's back as a normal person.
How?
Gene therapy, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, but she's stronger than Jessica, but she's also prone to these rage incidents, and so she can't be controlled.
Right.
And so she goes out and she's murdering people and whatever, and she's like... But when Jessica kind of is trying to protect her because,
it's her mum, yeah.
Her mother's come back and she's really affected by that, and that's fine. But also, she is like a super strong homicidal murderer loose in New York City, call the Avengers.
Yes.
Why can't you call, or at the very least, call the Defenders?
Call Luke Cage.
At the very least, call Luke Cage and say, hey, remember, you know how your brother's a murderer? You can probably relate to this. Turns out my mother's also a murderer.
Luke Cage's brother a murderer?
It's, what's his face, Diamondback. It's his brother.
Are they? I thought they weren't real brothers. Or are
Doesn't
they
matter.
brothers?
I don't know. Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
fair enough. Yeah.
Anyway, but I guess my point is that, like, I understand that she's like that she doesn't want the character to be, she doesn't want her mother to be killed, and she wants people out of her affairs, kind of thing. But surely you can just, there's got to be somebody you can call and be like, can you help me out with
Please,
this kind
yeah.
of thing? Can you?
I'm not equipped or emotionally prepared.
Exactly.
to-
Like the police aren't capable of this, but bring in, like, it seems odd
Oh,
that
they might be brothers. It turns out.
Yeah, like I think the fact that we've gone through a season of The Defenders where she has learned to some degree to work with a team, and then immediately she's like, "No, I'm going to do this all on my own."
Right,
Like
yeah.
it seemed to me that she didn't learn, and I guess if you only watch Jessica Jones season 1 and 2,
That works.
I guess
yeah.
it kind of works. But if you see all the other ones, as you probably should, because it's a shared universe, I'm like, well, why doesn't she? Where's everybody else?
Yeah.
They're literally all a phone call away. Get Iron Fist to punch her
So
really
there's
hard.
no cameos from others.
Foggy's in it.
Oh yeah,
And
that I saw.
No, that's it. Yeah, I was.
Oh, then Hogarth and I guess
Yeah,
just
and
more.
Kilgrave's in it in
Yeah.
a flashback, in a like a mind sequence. But
What's that like?
It's fine. He's in it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But yeah, I don't know. I was hoping for a Luke Cage cameo.
Yeah, right.
At the very least, like who else would you send in?
Yeah.
Like if you.
You could send Iron Fist.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Sure,
I'm
if
saying,
it's-
like, you could send any of it. You could send Daredevil. He'd have a go at it.
He'd have a go at it. He
Yeah,
would
he probably
lose.
wouldn't win, but he'd
No,
do
he'd
it,
definitely
yeah.
lose. But he'd be a good distraction for a bit.
Yeah.
But it was fine. But I am rewatching The Punisher, and that is a far superior series.
Yeah, right,
In
okay.
my opinion.
Oh, Mason, this is exciting.
Yeah, what's that?
Also, wanted to update you that there's a live Q&A cross from the UK with Steven Spielberg and Ty Sheridan immediately after Ready Player One.
Wow.
We are taking question submissions and we'll be
Wow.
selecting them today. Please let me know if you have any questions. We can push them forward for consideration. You got any questions? You can think on it.
Yeah, okay, well.
If people have any questions, send them through as soon as you hear this because
Hey,
actually by the
Steve-
time this goes out, it won't.
It'd be too late. It doesn't
It'd be
matter.
too
Hey,
late, yeah.
Steven Spielberg, you know how in the Amblin logo, E.T.'s in it?
Mm.
What's going on there? What? Whoa! What? I get that reference.
Do you want to stay for the Q&A?
No.
Okay, but yeah, I don't particularly either. But, you know, we'll see how we feel. If it's depending on how I feel after the
Yeah,
movie.
right. Exactly. Again, I want to like a movie. We're settling down for 2 hours of something.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to like it
I'm
than not like it.
interested that it's not terrible. That is very intriguing to me.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's Spielberg. He's never really made anything terrible.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Promise letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a take away. Hang on to here right now, we're gonna do letters.
I didn't mean to cut you off there. I just started up the letters.
And you
thing,
couldn't stop.
And I couldn't figure out where the button was.
Yeah. It's like stopping when mid-pee.
It's like stopping mid-P. Where's the button?
Do you want to let the dog in? Or should I...
I'll let the dog
She's
in.
been scratching away like a dog. We should put a dog door on this regular room.
For the new studio.
For the new studio, I think so, yeah.
Hello, dog. Hello. Up we go. Up we go. Get your bloody dog spot.
Oh, Mason, you bought yourself a Diet Coke.
I did.
I owe you a Diet Coke.
That's true,
Yeah. Can I get you a regular Coke?
No, thank you.
Can I get you a Diet Coke and then empty it and then pour in gasoline?
I guess. I'd notice though, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this is from Robbie. Can I please get your reaction on this 2004 Gwyneth Paltrow, Jude Law and Angelina Jolie classic?
I'll Sky Captain the World of
You better
Tomorrow.
believe it. Oh, by the way, if you want to reach the show, hashtag weeklyplanetpod on Twitter.
Or
grab a couple.
weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Correct. Did we talk about this
I
recently?
think we have, yeah.
I remember thinking it was okay.
I remember it being okay at the
I
time.
bet
yeah.
has not aged well.
No, I bet the I was going to say I bet the effects are atrocious, but I think
I don't remember them being very good at the time.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
supposed to look like that. Also,
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's the dilemma of it. That
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to look surreal, and that it's not taking place in a real world at all. So
Yeah, right.
I don't know. This could be it was pretty good.
Okay.
Did he also do the Iron Giant, that guy?
No, he did. That was Brad Bird.
Okay, right.
Yeah. But Iron Giant's in Ready Player One.
Yeah, he is shooting lasers
What is he doing?
He's shooting lasers out of his face.
Yeah, like the Iron Giant.
Like the Iron Giant, famous for his catchphrase, I've got a laser in my face.
Well, the Iron Giant is a weapon of war, so he probably can do that.
I guess he can, but I mean...
Should he?
No, he shouldn't, because doesn't he have a line in that movie where he's like, I'm not a gun?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
But he is kind of a gun.
He is kind of a gun.
He's a bit gun.
Yeah, he's a real
I wouldn't
gun.
say he's 100% gun,
No, that's true.
but a lot of him is gun.
Maybe he meant I'm not a gun brackets, but there's quite a bunch of guns in me.
Okay,
There's a whole
right.
bunch of guns in me.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Maybe he meant he's not a brother of Sean or James Gunn.
Ah, probably, yeah.
Well, you got a letter or do you want me to do another
I've got a
tweet?
letter. Let's see, this is R.L. Smith.
Yep.
I assume related to R.L. Stein.
Why do you assume that?
I don't know. He was talking about, he just watched the Infinity War trailer. The MCU to this point hasn't really taken secret identities all that seriously.
No.
Everybody knows Stark's Iron Man, Steve Rogers is Cap, Spider-Man just walks around with his mask off.
Yeah.
Do you wish the MCU kept the identities of the heroes secret in the movies? Do you think this will be something that comes back to bite them in the future?
I think it already has bitten them
Yeah, for sure.
in Civil War.
Yeah, right.
No, I think, well, a lot of these heroes they don't have secret identities in the comics anymore.
That's true.
Like Captain America. Black Widow's not really a public superhero
That's
anyway.
true,
I don't
yeah,
think it really matters.
yeah.
Iron Man isn't anymore because he's just Tony Stark.
Yep.
The big one's probably Spider-Man, and he's
Yeah.
still technically not.
He's still under wraps.
Under wraps, yeah.
But he takes the mask off. I also feel like Spider-Man is one of those guys. He's like, he's like 5'9" and he's got brown hair.
Yes.
And he's white and he looks like literally everybody else.
Yeah,
And
and
he's
I think-
got great Hollywood hair.
Correct.
But I think if you saw him if you saw Spider-Man take his mask off, if a crowd of people saw Spider-Man take his mask off,
Yeah.
I think the police would get 100 different, slightly
Yes.
different descriptions of the same
of
guy.
a brown-haired guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also kind of in Spider-Man 2 when he takes his mask off.
Yeah.
One of the guys is like, he just looks like my son. Like
Yeah,
he just
right,
looks like
exactly.
any guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think that's the point of Spider-Man though. He's not supposed to look like anybody, really.
Yeah.
He's just kind of
Exactly. He's an
generic.
everyman.
He's an everyman. He's an
everyman.
every Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I do think it's been affected negatively.
No.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's all right.
And I think, like you said, I think most of the heroes are under the radar anyway, like Hawkeye.
Yeah. Who cares if
He's
you know?
a secret agent. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's
you know.
right. Yeah, it's like because they're not all like Tony Stark is the face of the Avengers and the
Yeah,
public, but they're not. And he's got a public face, but they're not all like
Bruce
that.
Banner's publicly the Hulk, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, that's affected
well,
his life.
he's in schools on walls, or maybe he's not.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not because would you have a monster on the wall of your school?
Yeah.
It'd be like he's a good scientist, but also he's a horrible green monster.
right.
Maybe he's not publicly known.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody who would want to kill him knows,
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
think is
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, maybe Bruce Banner isn't.
Oh, we got some tweets about this, but here's a letter from Patrick Bowen.
Yeah.
We got a shout out on 538.
Yeah!
The American Politics
How
podcast.
cool is that? Yeah.
Which is, and it was the same reaction that a lot of my friends give about the podcast when they listen to it, which is, I don't know what they're talking about, but they seem to be having a good time. So I like it on that aspect.
Yeah, Micah Cohen actually has been speaking to him on Twitter. A really nice guy. So that was really unexpected.
There you go.
Who would have thought people more
Listen to our
intelligent than
podcast?
us listen
Yep.
to our podcast?
Uh-huh.
Actually, I think most people who listen are more intelligent than us, to be fair. No, that was really nice. That was really cool. Got a tweet here from Matthew
Okay.
not how you say it. # Weekly Planet Pod. Rewatching The Incredible Hulk. Do you ever think at 1, they'll bring back Ed Norton for some sweet Hulk v Hulk action, or 2, bring back the leader? I don't think we'll ever see Ed Norton again.
No.
Unless Mark Ruffalo dies in real life.
Yeah.
And they might psych
Yeah, right.
or quits in a flourish.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think that's the only... I don't think we'll get any...
No. But I mean, Ruffalo's going to do these movies until...
Unless he ruffaloes some feathers, Mason.
Exactly. Very good.
Thank you!
Yep. he's gonna keep doing these movies forever because, I mean, what's the worst? Like, he occasionally has to put on the ping pong ball suit, I think.
Yeah.
99% of the time, I think it's just, they just shine a green light in his face.
Yeah.
And that's him transforming into the Hulk.
Correct, yeah.
And then, yeah.
It's all CGI, yeah. But no, I don't think we'll ever get... I don't think we're going to see the original Rhodey, the original Hulk, the casting. You know, I don't... No, probably not. I think it would also not... it's not like it's a different universe because it's the same universe. That's the
that's
other
true.
thing that doesn't kind of work for it.
Yeah. Have they done any... That would be a real kick in the teeth to Terrence Howard. Have they ever done any flashbacks with Rhodey?
I don't think they have.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
No, it'd be interesting to see how they handled that, though. They'd probably just... Well, they'd obviously just use Don Cheadle.
Yeah, right.
No, fair enough. What about bring back the leader? Yeah, that would be based around whether they ever do a Hulk movie, I assume.
Yes.
But I don't think he could just do a Hulk movie where he's sad and he's fighting the leader. People now expect Ragnarok Hulk.
Yeah, that's
Avengers
true.
Hulk, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't think you can... Oh, maybe you could tell a smaller story.
I guess, you could scale him back. You could depower... you could depower him slightly. You could make him the Grey Hulk.
Make him the Red Hulk?
You could even do like a throwback to the old TV series where maybe he's been, he's just wandering. He loses his powers temporarily and he's just wandering small towns as Bruce
Sure.
Banner, maybe.
Eating diner food?
Eating diner food, exactly.
Right.
Walking away to sad music.
Yeah. Brick.
It's always Brick now. That's right. Yeah.
They can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that's the show.
We did a show.
Next week, I think we're doing Pacific Rim,
Oh, what?
actually.
It's back, baby.
I'm not...
Excited for this?
No, but I'm interested. I like Stephen S. DeKnight, who's directing it.
Uh-huh.
He did the first Daredevil.
Like that John Boyega?
Yeah, so...
Like that Charlie Day?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, I'm not excited, but I'm not dreading it.
Oh, yeah,
at
for
all.
sure. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
interested to see how it turns out. So if people have thoughts on that, please tweet or email them in.
Please.
And we will read some or... You know what? Let's read all of them.
Every tweet.
Every tweet, every email.
Nice. Good.
Just to clarify,
Yes.
we will not be doing that. That was a funny joke.
That was a funny joke.
Bring us home, Mason.
Oh yeah, thank you to everybody for listening. That's number one.
Yep.
It's terrific. If you're listening to the show, if you're telling a friend who does a politics podcast in the US who's likes the sound of what we talk about but doesn't know what we're talking about.
Correct.
That's great. Let them know. Let's see. If you want to support the show, you can go to Weekly Planet. Wait, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies.
That's right.
If you want to chuck in a buck.
Yeah.
You can also go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. Let's see. We've got some t-shirts on TeePublic.
We've got so many.
.com.
Yep.
Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes. What else do I say here?
Give us your money.
Oh, yeah,
you normally yell that.
That's a good one. Thank you for everyone who subscribes.
Yeah,
and
a
tells
nice
friend.
review is always good. Did
Reviews
you
are
say
good.
that? No,
Yeah, we
already?
did, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I was rearranging a thing that
Nice.
we might have to do after if you want.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks.
Next week, more stuff.
More stuff.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Well, goodbye. This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. I mean, if you want. It's up to you.